Week?
Yes.
Good.
I am less congested. Hi, hello, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you guys.
We are live.
Yeah, we are live. Thank you for your patience. We were actually ready to go a little bit earlier, but the wife is a little bit sick. So I want to make sure that she is taken care of before we start. But welcome all. Liz will join us shortly. And so, you know what? We're just gonna
Dive right in.
So just like last time, guys, because she is not here, we'll
Yep.
be sure to save her one so she can write down on it.
Yes.
Jeremy. Oh, hold, we're just jumping right into it, man. This is the icebreaker. Did you hear about the game master who was eating chocolate while playing?
No.
No.
Do I get a point?
She was accused of fudging the dice. Oh, here you go, Briggs.
I see.
Does a ranger have a high nature skill?
Yes. Does he get a point?
Does a bear poop in the woods? According to a ranger, yes. Mike,
Only if someone's around.
what's
to
the
see
most difficult obstacle
Weird.
a player can face?
There's a free door.
That's so true. Scheduling a game. Hey, John,
Oh, speaking of which, yes.
how did the Munchkin get into RPGs?
By representing the Lollipop Guild.
No, metagame. Sorry, that's more of a jargon term for Munchkins, the people who metagame and min-max and...
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was a deep cut. That was a deep cut for
I
the
was a big
grognards out
fan
there.
of Munchkin and the fact that it actively encourages you to lie in the game, and you're only supposed to have so many cards
Yep.
in your hand, and I actively got around that by having a poker table, and I just was stuffing cards during the lining of the table, so it got right to the end of the game, and I was like, okay.
Oh,
And I had like 30
Welcome.
cards, just to be like,
Perfect
bam, bam,
timing.
bam.
Sorry I'm so late.
No, it's
Everyone
fine.
at the
You just
table
did
was
it.
just like,
Oh,
that
sweet.
fucker.
I have no
pulled it off."
excuse, just
No,
poor executive function.
You're
Time
not
blindness.
for the
you're
jokes.
also growing a creature inside of your body.
I am growing a creature, so I can't make any mistakes ever.
That's pretty much the conclusion
Yeah.
you come to.
Enjoy
Also,
it while it
Lauren's
lasts.
feeling under the
Yeah.
weather, so I had to make sure she's taken care of before. So that's why we were starting to anyway.
So
Everybody's
good news, you didn't make
making
any
sure the
bad
hatches,
jokes. We saved
the
one
hatches
for
are
you.
battened
Great.
down, and everybody's taken care of. Also, I start late always anyway.
We can make an
Kenny,
excuse time to end.
how did the rules lawyer like his vegetables?
Raw.
That's it.
You get this
I get that one.
Die tonight.
Oh, Liz, perfect. You're the last one. I think this one's pretty good. How did the hit point get where it was going?
I don't know.
It was derived.
Great.
To get to the other side.
Ha!
Thank you. You know what? I'll take that. That was good. Okay, great. That's
ready
from
to
Dragon Walks
die?
into a Bar, my favorite RPG dad joke book. Anyway, I'm almost done wasting time. This is our weekly horror campaign Into the Runaverse. We're currently in our Art Family Sucks. In a horror-based campaign, we'll let you I guess you could draw a few conclusions from that in a horror-based campaign, but I think you'll see where things are going as we continue. But thank you guys again. We're all here, and we're diving down. Oh, as always, last but not least, check out our book Into the Runaverse. You can get it on hardcover, softcover, Kindle, and the PDF. There's links to all of that in my link tree, which I don't think there's an actual clickable link, but the link is somewhere on the screen, so please check that out. You can still get it in time for the holidays. I could probably even put it on sale a little bit. But yes, other than that, we dive just down into the story. No need to preamble anywhere beyond that.
Quick thing, Monument Studios is also having a Black Friday sale for 90% off.
All right, fine. We'll shout them out because they're the ones that give
So
us all this wonderful
we might
music.
get access to more music / sound effects.
Yeah, all music brought to you by Monument Studios. If you purchase one of their packs, you get access to use it for things like streams and like if we did like YouTube, like recording stuff.
You don't
like
have
that.
to worry about copyright issues.
Yeah, check it out. They got a lot of stuff, and like John said, they have a sale going on for a whole different pack, or even some of this music and other new stuff. So, I would highly recommend them. Even though we just generally have them as strictly ambiance, I feel that at weird times it is hit like mwah, really great. So check out Monument Studios. But we, our lovely band of adventurers, and me, everybody else in the fucking world.
Shall go into the Runaverse.
Yeah, shout out Into the Runaverse. We go into the Runaverse as we dive down, going. I always put a little thingy on the board so you guys can see kind of where we are. We know where Tablet is. I'm gonna keep this up here so we know that's where Julian's. Actually, not everyone knows where Tablet is. So the Gravemouth key is kind of like. Again.
Not that deep, but
In the book, PDF, and digital files, there's a lot more islands.
It feels less on the way than I envisioned.
What did I fucking say, Jeremy?
you were so smart.
Always listen to me.
Oh my gosh. What's it like?
Well, the idea is
It's a
you are
curse.
going to go south, and then you can pretty much take an uninterrupted trade route through the Marizel Noble. It's not a quadrant because there's a bunch of them, but area, region.
A toll? Is that what you're looking for? Or,
No, just like
archipelago?
general geographic sort of that. But the noble,
Region.
as you two especially know, the nobles. Yeah, it's not evenly it's kind of mishy-moshed because it's about the islands, not necessarily the water for some people. But you guys go down to the Gravemouth Key, that little yellow right behind John, the farthest one to the south. Yes. To investigate information that Sirmia is potentially living, or it's a muddy term in fantasy worlds. But Sirmia's siblings may yet still be on this plane. Like living in whatever extent that might...
Existing.
They exist. And they were previously thought to have been completely dead, buried, passed on. And so with this, and knowing that it would only add maybe a week of travel for you guys to your current destination of Tabula, you're willing to, to help a sister out and go south and check out Sirmia's sister and brother. And maybe mom? But we're not sure.
We're all checking out Sirmia's mom. Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Coming from Thuk, that is the most ironic.
I only have eyes for one.
Yeah. But you guys have currently met, befriended, and sort of formed a kind of alliance with a fan? Someone who is an admirer of your works, Sir Edmonton de Riviere, Morning River. The noble of this, sort of the liaison between the vampire courts of the Gravemouth Key and the living, the mortal nobles of the Gravemouth Key. The Fog Singers, I believe, is the group, half-orcs.
Played by Matt Berry.
General. Play what?
Played by Matt Berry.
Yes. You guys, in the middle of the night, had almost a visitor, kind of a visitor, a faux visitor, a pseudo-visitor, as it were, in the form of the large armored, not large, but the imposing armored figure who you have seen cross your paths a few times, or at least once, and as players we have seen them elsewhere in the story and the cutscenes. However, they did not knock on Sirmia and Talani's door, but they thought about it before they were called back to whatever business took them farther into the Morning River Castle with Ursule Illbrooke. Sirmia, seemingly pushed by a weird psychic suggestion, was pulled to witness this event. Possibly noticed by Ursule, but not called out, we're not sure, but her and Ran witnessed a brokerage, a deal between a group of vampires and Ursule, exchanging some baubles for 9 cloaked and deft and swift figures. The party, through a mix, but mostly poor stealth checks, or at least
I'm the only one not to be noticed.
That's true.
Somehow.
The party.
Double nat ones for the second session in a row.
Truly.
Let's keep the streak alive.
No, we don't have to.
I would prefer not.
Be better.
You guys spoke with Ursule, realizing that she possessed a rather impressive psychic repertoire at her disposal. Braddock, or it might have been Mike, I'm not sure which one was speaking, but suggesting that she might have a little bit more power in her pocket than she was currently flexing. But she spoke with all of you, deciding, or at least expressing, that she would not splatter your brains for the optics. And that's where we have found ourselves, with the last reveal being that these cloaked, or at least one of these cloaked figures, seemed to be an exact copy, a clone, as it were, of Grailborn. But that's where we left off, him asking, how did you clone me, or what is going on?
How? Why?
Yeah.
I have so many questions!
All of the WH question mark.
Aaron, what did you do?
You have exactly 10 seconds to explain yourself.
And that's,
I think it's going to take longer than that.
yeah, that's right where
He's
we'll
still gonna
pick
start
up.
throwing
You
stuff.
asking that, and Ursule kind of gestures, and the two figures let go of you, bow to her, bow to you, and
Is he
then
just kicking his own ass?
That might happen at some point in the story. Who knows?
It's them. Why wouldn't it be?
But the three
surprised?
that were like restraining you just off back towards the direction of the rest of them with the vampires as they exited. But now it's just Ursule and the dark armored figure, with all of you, Braddock, behind the door listening.
That's right. No one's here.
Yeah.
No one at all.
Pay no attention.
But Ursule looks to you, and she says, I wrote this down. Grelmore dies.
Heart attack.
She
Telekinesis.
just power word kills him.
Telekinesis crushes your skull.
Check it out.
Boy,
He got
we
Vader.
need you. You took the diamonds with you, didn't you?
I think Servia probably has some.
Yeah, but like, she doesn't want to give them up. Also, she doesn't know her
True
reviving
character
spell.
growth when Servia gives up her diamonds. But Ursule looks to you, says, Child,
Nobody does.
I did not clone you. However, I do
anyone
possess
have a
the
reviving
financial clout to procure and fund future research to entrusted parties. Your visage is simply one of the latest additions, though admittedly we will be somewhat behind our product turnout for the immediate future, as our lead researcher has been seemingly lost to an unfortunate accident at one of our local laboratories. However,
Laboratory
should
one.
we find someone else that should be able to conduct their research with as much panache, though admittedly there may have been a little bit of arm twisting from what I heard. If we can find someone to do that, then I would hope we should get back to the production line quickly. This has been a wonderful secondary source of income for the Illbrooke estate. You understand, investing in this venture with other interested parties.
It's always about the money, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
You
Okay.
are a child.
Serbia
actually.
and Talani. Yeah.
Okay,
just
The nobles and the cop are like,
just
well,
in
being
unison,
a
in
monk,
chorus, everyone's
not
like,
really
yeah.
having
Yeah.
attachment
I know, but
to
that's,
material
but
things.
exactly, that's
Yeah,
It's
what's
like
so-
crimes of passion are looked at weirdly.
But that's also what's so funny
It
is like
happened.
the nobles and like
We feel a strong sense of affirmation from the curtains.
Okay.
yeah.
Braddock's hiding behind.
I don't know why, but those curtains
Dirty
seem
20.
really supportive right now.
It's a real dirty.
Get a real strong
Um,
yes from this area.
Roll me a
The
history
curtain
check with the
nodding?
DC pretty low.
The curtains hiding.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how,
Um,
but somehow the curtains are nodding.
Should have paid attention in class.
I didn't understand
She
it.
probably told us what it was. and
It
I
was
just like,
it was
Flash
one
of Genius -2. No. No.
Serbia, you do know
Actually, it's a 5.
because how old are you?
27, 29.
Okay, so you would have
I mean, I was
graduated.
28 when we started the adventure.
You graduated 10 years ago.
So she's 27 now. You what?
Gotta change Talani's age.
Yeah,
She's
and
younger.
Grailmore's an elf, and he's a little
And
over
you could have been a
100, so
prodigy.
he's not
Maybe.
a child.
She's lying about her.
I feel like Serbia would be like a year ahead of Talani, and that's why she like idol worshipped you so much in school.
Like, I'm a senior and you're a junior.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
So it's been about 10 and 9 years since the two of you.
I wasn't even thinking that. I
Like,
was thinking they're the
finished it
same
over.
grade. You just got held
Um,
back.
She doesn't look like she has aged a day. Like a day. She's human.
I mean, it's also Botox.
You also, both of you would kind of ancillary remember that she did not have this tiara back then.
Take her tiara.
You're trying to dig back, like, because you know you've kind of seen, because of the whole Malwa horseshit, you've kind of, like, seen her on the fringe of functions.
Sporadically.
Yeah, sporadically, but you can't, like, it's a pretty high tense situation. You can't quite place your finger on, oh yeah, on March of 3184, you know, you're like, it was some time, I'll think about it and look at my fucking diary or whatever when I get back. My cutting diary, my cutting journal. all the different times I cut people in half. Either with my words or with a sword.
What are we at? Volume 9?
I have 12 journals.
That's what
They're
Jeremy
all
just
full.
told
That's a
us.
whole
Something
second
bad.
collection
It's a
subquest
Duke
similar
would
to the
not
Vel
think about
journals,
Jeremy
but it's the
something
Servia
bad.
cut journals.
There's an entire journal of bandits.
The bandit
It's actually a Sermius just police record. That's what it is.
That's a good, right? Literally 12 files.
Just Braddock's been keeping notes this whole time. Just
Serbia
like,
cut another person in half, but they
Um,
were a mass murderer.
Sermia,
Net
you're
positive.
on, at
I mean,
least you would be able
can't rule
to
it
note, like,
Can't rule it
okay,
out.
Can't rule it out.
Can't
Okay.
rule it out.
you don't know to what extent
Okay.
she
was that
is
word
connected to the greater web of horseshit that you guys are dealing with.
An avatar?
It seems to be at least
Is it? I don't know.
somewhat connected.
Was it
There's
made up
there's
of?
some exchanging
Like a
of
word.
something with the other powers that be.
A puppet?
You might have to do some research. You might have to talk with Julian, or look in his
But like,
books at his library that he said has like more stuff. But this might be one of the Veld fragments.
Grailmore
Like,
would
it
have
might
gotten
go-
to the same stage.
For all you
as
know,
Reaper Sunny
she may already
if
be
they,
at an ascended avatar state.
Okay.
If this is what it is, and
What
she's
does that
had
mean?
it,
Like she's attuned to it.
she's attuned to it. It's so kind of like Reaper Sunny in his more perfected form. Tuluritan, after he came out of Grailmore last time, the bone monster that just kind of sucked your bones out if you got too close.
the bell lady.
Yeah, you know, now I
And
lost
the giant
this.
stomach.
And the giant's stomach, it seems like, it seems like ascended might mean that beyond whatever inherent power the person may have, it is like, it's almost like a demigodhood that's like Reaper Sunny's ability is just like kind of, and the increased damage with the rage. The flesh's regenerative powers, where you guys, at least as players, saw in the cutscene that Undertree is kind of still alive in like a larval flesh organ state.
Little Full Metal Alchemist type stuff.
Yeah, but more viscera looking instead of like a leech. Yeah. I was thinking more like Elder Toguro brother from Yu Yu Hakusho after he gets the shit smacked out
I
of
really
him.
gotta finish Yu Yu Hakusho.
You really gotta finish Yu Yu
I
Hakusho.
gotta finish Yu Yu Hakusho.
I want to like jokingly call you like gross and stuff, but I don't even know what that is, man.
Yu Yu Hakusho?
No,
She doesn't watch a
I
lot of
don't
anime.
want to let it.
Oh, that's fine.
I've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood though.
Okay, there you go. So you know how Envy at the end is kind of like little green leech?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, but like a lump of skin.
Gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting. You're disgusting, TJ. Okay, there
Good,
it
we're
is.
keeping it up. Good. Validation.
Speaking of validation, I like the scarf. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's a great scarf.
So I put it out.
Everyone comment on Jeremy's sweater. Yeah. Leave
I
comments.
don't know if you heard me, but I did say nice sweater.
All right, so
So after she
Return it, now that I
goes
know.
on that monologue explaining like about the
I've gotten what I
financial
can out of this.
benefits of it, Grailmore just
It's all of us are just
stares
like,
at
"Oh,
her
Jeremy
and
has a
goes,
sweater."
"Lady, let me explain something to you a little bit. See, I have had a very shitty decade. My people,
Excuses,
my
excuses.
village was entirely wiped out. I lost my family and friends. I was experimented and tortured on. I had some avatar of Aaron Veld stuck inside me for the good portion of a year. I've died twice, and now I find out
Oh,
that
you've said more than that.
It's about to be 3 times if he doesn't shut
and now I find out that there are now clones of me that look exactly like me. So
What do they do? Otherwise, it'd be bad clones.
That's a good point.
I just need a.
Are they the- are they-
Why does it sound like a cleft lip?
Are they clones that happened before he trained or
I
after he trained?
need you guys to remember the visual that Thuk just did wake up for this. So I am just in a t-shirt and boxers with a jetpack.
Please say you have little bunny booties on.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Are they like level 3
Bunny
Grailmores?
booties and then just a little nightcap.
When did they finish torturing him?
You don't know. You don't know what they've done, or to what extent these divert from what he is. You just saw that they seem to approximately match where he is now, but you don't know what they have at their disposal.
So,
I lean against the wall, and while I do, I make a motion to turn invisible, but not like the just invisible. I'm replaced by an illusory double.
All right.
Rod in his head is thinking,
It's
you
a
know,
5th level
I know I'm the new guy here, but if any one of us was going to be the one that got cloned, I think Grailmore was the one that was the right choice there. It feels like he could die pretty easily. Those clones will die pretty easily.
Oh shit! There you go. Just calling you out.
and Grailmore can
I'm
hear
throwing
you
shade.
guys saying all that shit about him while he's trying to have a conversation. It's like,
That one later, that was good. Can't blow my cover though.
There is no
Why do I
there
feel like
is
the
no
curtain is
conversing
talking to me now?
I feel
That.
validation from the curtain.
my illusory double waves in that general direction.
Not for nothing, but I feel like we need to
Of-
bring these
of
curtains
Ursule.
with us.
what
You're very tempted to these curtains.
There is no conversing with that, and my illusory double does a wave in Ursule's general direction. And meanwhile, I try to approach the center of the group.
All right. Grailmore, is you?
Well, the last thing I was going to say is, so if you think that I'm just going to let clones that look exactly like me just walk around doing whatever you so please, it may not happen today, but you'll have another thing coming.
But what is so cool? I just have to say it. What if the clones are cool? Would you want to kill them then? I don't mean to credit you in front of us, but I do want to know.
So I am not cool by default.
I
That's
didn't
what you're
say
saying.
that. I mean, you can interpret whatever you want out of that statement. I didn't say that. But I mean, like, but what is there like cool people in their own right? Like,
Right,
clones
what
are
if-
still people, aren't
Well,
they?
yeah, what if they have like their own thoughts and personalities?
Yeah, but does it like have like their own like concept of a soul? Or what are really their own people? Would you want to kill them then?
That would be pretty messed
We
up.
just get
dude.
into a
It'd be
really
pretty messed up.
philosophical.
Who said anything about killing
Yeah,
them?
what if they're not even
You-
named
I mean, okay.
Grailmore?
So Kant says, I'm kidding.
Oh no, the clones are all the
David
same
Hume's
Grailmore
concept
names.
of the Sev,
This is
bundle
aggressive.
of the Sev,
That's why there's so
tells
many.
us. I'm mostly kidding. I'm very interested in the philosophical implications here.
While he's having this conversation, let's just get a little discussion going on here.
I'm gonna go back to my room and get all my philosophy books. There are some great philosophers out
Okay.
of Osnabrück. Just saying.
Cassidy's just standing there like, yeah, I don't want to get involved. Just,
Do the clones seem
I'm
offended? would
I'm
you
just
say?
an observer.
You would actually be a
It's just
fascinating
you and
case
the dark-haired
when
woman.
considering David Hume's bundle series of the Sev. Not gonna lie, Cassidy. You really need to be in this conversation, but save it for later.
As you say that, Grailmore, the dark armored figure takes a step towards you, and you see their hand like on their sword. And she doesn't say anything. She just puts her hand up behind them, and they stop without her saying a thing. They keep their hand on the sword, and she looks at them and is like, "Stand down."
When
And they
when
let go.
he goes to reach for his sword, then Grailmore takes a monk fighting stance. But then when she tells him to stand down, then Grailmore will.
General perception check as that happens.
I swear to God, if I get through that once again.
Cool.
List 16.
Oh no!
7. Talani's just really thinking about the philosophical implications here.
18 for Ron.
16.
19.
Cassidy got a 17. Oh,
Talani's
yeah,
not paying
Cassidy got a
attention anymore.
16, and Grailmore. I pulled up.
What would these philosophers say about these
What
clothes?
does this fellow say?
mean, they gotta have their own.
Railmore got a 22.
Just because they're close.
All right, everybody but Talani, who is currently contemplating the philosophical implications of.
Do clones have soul?
Are they cool though?
As a cool.
People have some.
As a clone's cool.
You all notice that on top of him standing down, that her eyes are glowing like a light magenta, and they like dim as it happens. You also all notice, Braddock, by nature of you kind of being just on the rim of it, but you all notice that an arcane circle started to light up underneath the entire room. Of a similar light as what was coming out of Ursule's eyes.
Can Cassidy do an Arcana check to...
Sure.
Because while it's not as high as he would be during daytime, it's still...
Can I also do an Arcana
Yes,
check?
you may.
Never mind.
That would be a 25.
I got a 9.
You don't know
still
what
have
this is, but you
intelligence?
can see it has multiple
He has
like,
expertise in
layers
Arcana,
and
so
levels
even though
upon
the
it. This is
intelligence
some-
skill would not be as
You don't know
high.
what, but whatever it was, this was some hardcore shit.
Really wish I knew how to cast spells right
This is a. She was basically preparing to trigger. It was basically waiting for her to pull the trigger. It had already been cast, but she basically de-escalated it. A circle of death spell.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, so knowing that, Cassidy is like, okay, Grailmore, I know that you are upset right now, but now is not the time to be pissing people off right now.
I like him,
Yeah,
and it's not just the jawline.
Oh well, thank you.
a good jawline.
You do remind me. We must get a piece of that one's biological matter too.
Excuse me?
What?
Buzz?
Did Cassidy finally find someone?
And she says,
I love the whisper, Brad.
The curtains, the curtains start whispering.
The name's Cassidy.
Cassidy, pleasure to meet you, Ursule Illbrooke, and she puts her hand out.
Use that charisma, buddy.
Come out!
This could be
Okay.
it. This could be the solution.
And then Cassidy, and as deep of a voice as he can muster, he's like, a pleasure to meet you as well.
Talani makes just to herself, just like
Can I
over
roll
her
There's
shoulder.
just an over
Does
I
the
sound a shout for that.
cat like hairball hack?
And
Or-
persuasion.
And persuasion?
Yeah.
Really throws
Okay.
all the shoulders into it.
So it would be a plus 10. Okay. 18 on the performance and 19 on the persuasion.
Quite a charming band you girls have found here. You can bring him if you visit Illbrooke too. And she, like, smacks your cheek a little bit. Turns and walks, and she gestures, come, and the armored figure releases and puts their hand down. And Sirmia, as they're about to turn, they stop, and you see them lock onto you and your invisibility. They don't, the armored figure doesn't say anything, they just look at you, and she's like, come! And they keep looking, and she goes, I'll get another one. And she puts her hand out, and you see the helmet. Where's the can? But you see the helmet like crush and twist, and through the hole, like, and the head like crinkles and it falls down. And she goes, pleasure seeing you all. Edmund, and he's.
Only the armored figure was looking at me.
Mhm.
I try to take her circlet off.
She's. I mean. Oh, sure, go for it. Give me a stealth. Give me a stealth.
A stealth roll?
Yeah.
Can
Isn't that an
Cassidy?
advantage because you're invisible?
Yeah. I needed that. 24. I'll use my inspiration. 26.
But whatever she rolled, Cassidy is going to use a flash of genius for -2.
Okay.
Oh,
Just do it like try to do a little flirt to distract her a little.
I'm just here for the ride.
Braddock doesn't know what the fuck is happening because he can't see
Yeah,
invisible shit.
I mean, it's on her head. So the minute you try to pull it off, she's going to cast Circle of Death. You manage to pull it off of her. So first of all, I need everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw, and then Serbia's got some other stuff coming in.
Am I in it, being outside of the room? Okay.
Because of the radius of the spell.
Okay.
Oh no.
oh no.
Serbia probably just killed us all.
13, 20.
Well, good news is you guys can come visit Mort. No.
Great.
Just dies.
29.
We haven't gotten a full rest yet, have we? No, we haven't.
Well, we haven't had combat either.
Yeah.
Constitution
True. We
saving
did
throw.
not have combat in law last.
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna use my
We're
Sylvian
effectively
inspiration.
full. Good thing.
I don't think it's gonna meet up.
Scooch.
I don't have enough.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I heard TJ say, I don't have enough while
That's-
reaching for the dice.
I'm gonna use my luck die here.
That's not good.
Oh yeah, do I? I would still
Okay.
have
Waste of
the
a luck die.
inspiration.
Hold on. Do I have
I
anything?
feel a sense of disapproval coming from the curtains.
God damn it.
All right. So
21 for me.
Please help us. Yeah, I'm in real trouble.
Cassidy got a 27, and Grailmore got a 21.
I think in general we did pretty decent. You got a what?
21.
23.
29.
Is it a group or is it
We're
individual?
above 20s.
It's
Probably
individual.
Yep, I'm screwed.
Sorry.
What'd you get, bud?
10.
If you got
Yeah.
a 24 or higher, you made
No.
it. You know, I mean, okay, hold on. You didn't make it.
What?
You still got you still get hurt, but it's just not going to be as bad.
Yeah.
You didn't make it.
Jesus
You-
Christ.
All right.
Oh no.
You're
You
only
still
gonna kind
might
of die.
I got a 23. I'm so mad. I don't have a tattoo.
Mort does.
Sirmia better get those diamonds.
Mort's in the underworld all of a sudden. Who are you guys?
Did we ever decide what Mort's tattoo was?
Mort can
It's up to
decide
you.
that.
I feel like you probably didn't tell me you tattooed me, so what is it?
Mom.
A skull and crossbones.
We officially decided Braddock's is literally just a dot. A single poke of a
Beauty
tattoo.
mark.
This is not good.
Somewhere very hidden so it can't be seen in his uniform.
Oh, maybe I can use the idea that I was going to use for my RCA character, but she's not an adult in this campaign, so she doesn't have a tattoo.
Looks
I
kinda
wanted
like a
her to
booty
have a
mark
tattoo that's it's a tramp stamp that says no regret.
No regret.
No regrets.
Just give up
No
halfway through.
regrets.
'cause I'm just too bad.
But it also says no reg rum.
I would
My
like to
tattoo
point
was gonna
out.
say
I would like
no
to
regrets,
point out.
but I only
Grailmore
took
did not
the
fuck up in this situation. It was Serbia this time. Just pointing that out there.
If you rolled 24 or higher, you take 25 psychic damage.
Okay.
Everyone else takes 51.
Cool beans.
Oh, I'll take that. Okay.
I'm almost dead.
Luke, no, we barely knew you.
And Sirmia,
I'm
I
so
need you to
hurt.
roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, that's
Oh, that hurt.
Sorcerers.
12.
You become stunned as you feel... Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Okay, you feel like way too much information starts... You get sensory. As soon as you grab this, you can hear like literally everybody's surrounding thoughts, like screaming in your ear, and it's just like you're like as if they're. Have you ever had someone scream so loud your head kind of buzzes a little bit? It's like that, but from like 8 different voices.
You ever been around a toddler?
Sirmia has it.
Your sinuses ring a little bit. Yeah, it's
For reason I've never seen it. What is that?
Toddler.
Why is it so small?
Is that a halfling?
It's kind of like a gnome, but it's not done.
as you do that, Sirmia, you notice like a little like a bolt of like pink lightning kind of tracks from Ursule's forehead as you're like before you kind of like just get the sensory overload. The rest of you see that too. A little bit of trickle of blood comes down, and she's like,
Are we in initiative?
Ow.
It
Like,
does she like age forward at all when
No.
when it's taken off? Okay.
because they saw her and she still looked this young.
Okay.
So, but no, that's a good thing to note. Okay. Yes, I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Fuck.
Son of a bitch.
Super duper.
That's not to say you can't immediately talk your way out of
15.
this, but it's also like you're technically in initiative.
What? But we didn't see her do this, so we know we can see that like the crown is gone, but we have no idea what happened
Yeah,
to
I mean
it.
it's floating, and you're you're stunned. Are you still invisible?
Physical dice are starting to manifest in
You
the
are.
system.
Technically,
Rolling like
No.
garbage tonight.
or is it a concentration?
It's concentration.
Oh, so you could roll a nat 20 and still be invisible. It's just floating.
No.
Sirmia's there.
Of course it
Why
was.
are the curtains
My
bleeding?
illusory double switches places with me.
Yeah, no, the curtains are very disapproving right now. I don't know why, but the curtains are very disapproving of what's happening.
Yeah, curiosity kills
They're-
the
And
cat.
shaking its head,
And it almost
wagging
killed
its
too.
finger disapprovingly.
Ooh, Sir Ed does not look. Actually, you know what? He's fucking fine. He didn't fucking affect him. He's a vampire. Necrotic damage.
like-
He's like, he's watching all of you like. It was just like a breeze underneath his hair, while the rest of you were like,
Necrotic, not psychic.
"Oh shit! It is psychic." Yeah, no, he's down. He's down. He's got blood coming from his orifices.
He
Sorry,
got up for a
vampire.
minute, like,
was
and then fell
psychic,
back down.
Yep.
I'm hurt.
He forgot what pain feels like, so he just like didn't register for a moment.
Okay,
He gets back up, screams some more.
pretty much. 20
He's
25.
actually fine as ketchup he put on. He's just that much of a drama queen.
We've already cut to Ed at the core. 20 to 25.
Cassidy got a 21,
Okay.
and Grailmore got a bastard 20.
I
Okay.
approve who you're loyal to. The party or your girl?
All right. 19 to 15.
17.
What'd you get, Sirmia?
16.
Nice. What's your plus?
Mine?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Faster.
15.
Nice. Damn, Talani. And Rad.
It's plus 2 initiative, right? Not my dex.
Oh, just wait.
10 for 14.
Yeah, sorry. Anything below 15.
11.
6.
Wow.
Ron is not doing great right now.
Do you have dexterity?
Who knows? Maybe we won't.
As a
Maybe we
ranger?
won't have to get that far. So at the start of the
Or are
turn,
you like
you
a-
see
a
Ursule like wipe the blood, and she's like looks to all of you. Already, like, you can see the magenta is flaring up in her eyes again, as this is happening. But Cassidy, it's your turn. Realmore, you're on deck.
Oh, I have an idea. So Cassidy is gonna look at her and say,
It's gonna get us all killed.
It's one of the two.
"Gee, thanks for the confidence, everyone."
Ron's curling into a ball. Like, this isn't gonna
I've
be
been here
good.
for a while, man.
Jim's like, is this what happens to you guys all the time?
Yes.
Oh, I hurt so bad. I'm retiring after this.
This is my first time with them as well, and it's just nothing but pain so far.
I am not an adventurer. I am not an adventurer. I'm a scientist.
So Cassidy is
You're
going.
like the doctor from Star Trek. No, you're the doctor from Treasure Planet. I'm a doctor, not a real doctor. I have a doctorate.
I mean, I am useless.
I played that doctor. I played Dr. Livesay.
I don't have a I don't have a.
I'm an archaeologist, not.
I don't have a degree in
I mean, I am a doctor, but I'm not that
theoretical
kind of a
physics. I have a
doctor.
theoretical degree in physics.
All right, Cassidy.
Okay. So Cassidy's gonna look at her and say, "Ursule, we don't have to do this. I mean, you've known Sarmia. You know how much of a pickpocket she can be. This was just an honest mistake. We could just
I'm too
stop.
stunned to say anything.
We could just stop everything right. We could just stop everything
still
right
listening
now
to everybody's
and
thoughts.
go our separate ways and think about this. Like, just think about this. If you go through with this, you probably won't have a chance to meet someone like me again.
I'm just drooling behind her.
Immediately, she fires a spell.
Roll me a persuasion check, Cassidy.
Come on, Cassidy.
This is what I have been waiting for. Nighttime Cassidy to be able to do something like this in combat. It's been nothing but daytime Cassidy this whole time.
Here's those nat ones.
Got an advantage, so nope. So that will be a 22.
Oh, nice.
Did you already burn your Cassidy inspiration? Or not Cassidy inspiration, your Sermia inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever she rolled,
Flash of Genius -2.
all right. You say that, and she looks to you. She looks over to Sermia.
I'm drooling.
Yeah. It's a lot. And she looks to you. She
This
looks
is the
to
most I've
Grailmore.
learned since high school.
Is anybody else making him? Does Grailmore do anything?
What?
It's not
What?
your turn.
What? It's
Is that what you do on your turn? Is that all you do on your turn?
well. Is there nothing else that? So would that just be a skill check then?
Yeah.
That's
Um.
what happened.
So if this is just going to be the turn, I'm trying to. He is going to cast. Just cure wounds he's gonna move over to Grailmore and cast cure wounds on him.
So as you start to move, she says, "Ah!"
Okay. Yeah.
If you want this to end, with everybody walking out of here,
My eyeballs are spinning.
Yes, please.
I'm going to retrieve my accoutrement and exit out of here.
You're what now?
Accoutrement. I'll explain it. I will
Okay,
explain it later.
Maybe we won't clone this one. Let the brilliance only go skin deep.
Savage.
Do you want me to repair your beautiful tapestries?
Edmund's like, do you pause?
What?
Do you stop moving, I guess?
Yeah, when she says, hold on, then Cassidy stops.
Does Grailmore do anything on his turn?
Grailmore is just...
It's just she has to wait to act.
Yeah. For his main action, he's going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And,
I was waiting for punch her in the face.
choice.
And then for his bonus action, he is going to activate his astral arms, but just in a defensive stance. He's not going to do damage to anybody.
Right, that's
He
fair.
just has his astral arms ready to go in case shit hits the fan.
Everybody's a little jumpy. Oh, Ed stands up and is like, "Plock," and falls right back down. I am too weak to carry on, my friends.
He's not
and
even at
fails
it.
his
He's not
first
even
death
at it,
saving
a
throw. He's
fifth
not
of his
acting.
health gone.
Yeah. Braddock, it is your turn. Sermia, you're at it.
HP equivalent of a paper
Braddock
cut.
from the shadows, still hidden, is just going to grow very big in the shadows and just pull out his maul.
Just fill up the hallway.
That's exactly what's in my head right now. There's just a dwarf in a hallway, just filling the whole thing up, hiding right
It's
now.
a children's novel.
As best as he can, he's going to hold an action. If she does anything offensive, he will come out of the shadows and clock her in the face.
Okay, she is like 60 feet away.
I can make that.
I know he can.
Especially big now.
Sermia, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh god.
19.
Alright, you remain stunned, but you're starting to kind of like
I'll use my
individualize
inspiration.
the voices.
23.
That's just too low. But you manage to, for a moment, like,
I try and see what I can learn from it.
you get a sense that if you had, in this moment before Ursule kind of plucks it from your hand, and you're not like stunned still, but you're incapacitated in the sense that your legs kind of go out from underneath you when she pulls it from your hands. We'll say approximately in terms of space, if Grailmore and Cassidy want to try and like catch you instead of you just eating shit on the ground, they can.
I'm used to it.
I know, but they could try to be gentlemanly about it. But you get the sense that if somebody who spent a lot of time with this, with the initial willpower to break through, and you got the sense that you were getting close, but if you have the initial willpower to break through and start like a bond that, for someone without psychic power, you get the sense like, oh shit, I feel like I'd get a pretty big amp. You can't imagine what it would do to somebody who already had psychic powers to be bolstered. Big brain tiara. Very pretty. Very pretty. Whether people even knew the arcane, you could probably sell it for like 30,000 gold.
I immediately appraise it. That's the first thing I do.
I mean, I believe it. But Ursule plucks it from Sermia's hand, and she falls back, and you kind of, your vision stops from being like white out hot to you kind of get the sense of your friends being around you, and Ursule putting it back, and she immediately, and you hear kind of off in the distance, "Captain, I would say to your deputy."
It's a navigator.
As a show of respect for your gumption, I shall hold off a week or so until these wanted posters with a raised bounty make their way out in the rounds. So make do with what you can with that time.
Actually, please do it now. I can capitalize.
It just comes out like anime bubbles.
It's a dollar sign of blood. That
Yeah,
just
right.
comes out of her.
Yeah, I'm not wanted. I could collect it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I will still hold true to my word. you shall remain safe while you are here at Morning River. And Melwa shall remain predisposed for the remainder of time until the winter's gala. Talani,
Yes.
I didn't see you. If anyone asks.
Yes, ma'am.
But behave, girls. You have the reputation of Illbrooke at hand.
Talani's
No, you're growing on me
She
now.
says this
Oh, you're so
nearly
stunned to
killed
it.
both of them.
Ron
Sorry.
flinches when she says it.
Do you want me to leave this here? And she gestures to the mangled corpse of the armored figure.
Yes. I want to know who it is who's been stalking me.
Um,
Don't forget to
Some
positive
kind of
ID
mangled.
out of that fun.
I'll figure it out. I can speak with Dad.
Have a pleasant trip.
you as well.
See,
Be smart.
fall.
I know you girls are resourceful after all.
I'm so smart. I went to Illbrooke Academy after all. See, I didn't die from holding that tiara.
I like to imagine she leaves and just passes Braddock in the hallways.
100%. She doesn't even look at you as she passes. She's like, Captain. Still in your giant form. Just like the Mario blocks. She follows off past her guard, and you guys are out of initiative.
Super duper.
I go.
I go over to the death guard and
Cassidy is successful.
I pick up his sword
And ending the combat,
and try
that's
and
what I meant.
compare it to the weight of mine.
It's like, give me an investigation, but it's a very low DC given what you are investigating.
Go up to Cassie. Did you have some vibes there?
Aside
I
from
know, it was
whatever
weird.
your
I was
hand
getting
has,
some weird
it's
vibes
not
there.
quite cracked yet. This feels
Guess
like
there
almost
is
like-
truly someone for everyone.
It looks like someone. It
Okay,
looks like
well,
someone took.
Here's the thing. We have
Approximate
something to our
schematics
advantage.
and made it out of.
She's
just,
only
like,
seen
good
me,
steel instead of
but she
whatever.
hasn't seen
magical?
the other me.
It is magical in the sense that it is like
So?
it's silvered and cold iron, so like it is mildly magical material, but it's not like
Okay.
sunbeam spell at level 12 or
I'm
like
gonna-
anything
I'm
like
gonna-
that.
This ain't
I'm just gonna put it in my bag just in
I have
case
some
I
skill
need it
magic items
sometime.
in here.
It looks just like it.
Pretty much.
Okay,
A
yeah.
little more Ursule, so it's a little more simplistic in design, but still looks like it would still cut shit just as
Does it
well.
feel cursed? Okay. Then I'll hold on to it. And then I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead on that guy. Or try to.
Do they need to be intact then?
I mean, he's mostly intact.
Read?
Do they need to have a working mouth?
Yeah,
They-
read Speak with Dead. How does that? Let me.
While that's going on.
I mean, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no. Cassidy is going to like draw the circle of death that was inscribed on
Speak with
the
them.
ground, so that daytime
corpse must
Cassidy
still
will
have
be
a
able
mouth.
to.
It just needs to have a mouth. It doesn't need to be able to speak.
All right, so it might not sound great, but it can try and answer your questions.
All I know is that in Baldur's Gate, they speak, but their mouth doesn't move.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it quantified having a mouth going with a human skull.
I mean, the mouth is kind of like it, but you know.
Maybe it means like it has to mentally have the ability to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 5
Intelligence
questions
wise.
whenever Grillmore speaks.
Cassidy is going to take out the notepad that he uses to 51st dates himself with daytime Cassidy, and he's going to draw the circle of death that was inscribed on the ground, so that way daytime Cassidy will be
Give
able
me
to.
an Arcana and a History check.
Oh boy.
As
As
nighttime.
nighttime.
Yeah. So.
This is a
Arcana.
tough spell.
I will. Yep, that is a nat 20
All right.
for the
so,
Arcana.
So you feel like you can you feel like if you saw the spell, you'd be like, dude, this is it. But now you got to try and recreate it. So now give me the history. Or with the 20, give me a sleight of hand, because you're just drawing from now you're not necessarily trying to be meticulous about it.
Okay, let me check that. Okay, yeah, sleight of hand would be better. That is a 16.
Okay. You feel like you'd still have to study it, but for the most part, you feel like daytime casting might be able to parse this and do something with it. What are the questions that you want to ask, Sirmia?
Who are you?
Do you take the helmet off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Hold on.
Talani
Give me a
like
medicine
she's coughing a
check
How did
fireball.
as
you do that?
that.
18.
Okay. As you do it, you get the sense that you might need the help of maybe multiple hands and a kind of shared strength
Oh, God.
check. Because if you just pulled it off, it might be twisted in there. You might need some people to kind of get in and open the can up.
Talani will do it if you ask her, but she's not going in there
Yes.
willingly.
Okay, wait.
God.
First, I'll try and just take it off by cutting it open.
I got it. No. I can let me try.
I have a masterwork hatchet, so I can just like slice the helmet off. Like,
I can
butter.
try something. You want to try something?
Okay, sure.
This is just less
Let him prove
hatchet,
himself.
more. The helmet's not magic, right? Never mind. This probably won't work.
Try it anyway.
How big is the helmet?
Person-sized helmet?
Remember Benson, try
Does
it
it
anyway.
weigh less than 2 pounds?
No.
Okay,
It's heavy.
I can't do it.
Okay.
Never mind.
Give me a sleight of hand, Sirmia, as you're cutting.
That's still pretty good.
Oh, that's great. That's
Brain. Yeah,
16.
that's brain right
Okay. It's not pretty. You definitely gash and gush a little bit. You notice that it looks almost like green goo. Like after some of the red comes out, like a mix of some green.
He had a sinus infection.
How
And
festive.
you eventually pry it open. And give me a perception, Sirmia. And Talani, but your DC is higher.
16.
19.
Okay. So we'll take a break here, and you can ask your 5 questions when we come back, because Sirmia, this might affect your 5 questions. As you pry it off, you can both tell while it is mangled, the skin has a weird kind of like green, almost like leaf vein from the sides texture, but it is the undoubtedly, well, very mangled face of what looks like your dad.
Oh.
It looks like Sir
What's his name?
what's Cesare. It looks like Sir Cesare, Sir
Oh.
Volante.
Oh.
And as you pull that, it's again like it feels almost like a mashed melon when you take it off, but it looks like your dad, and that's where we will pick up. Same red hair. You guys see somebody with luscious red locks like Sirmia, but very bloodied and also kind of green.
Do I remember it sounding
Did they
differently
have
when
blonde
he
hair
spoke
and
to
it's
me
gotten
originally?
stained, or
The helmet
That's
sounds
a
like
lot
it
of
might have
blood.
distorted it.
Oh.
they get full
No,
flare?
that's
And
I can't.
That's
Yeah,
just
it kind
red
of looks
hair.
full flare.
We'll pick up
Are you
there.
a wrestling fan, Ron?
Where's be right
Oh
back.
heck yeah!
We're killing more.
Take one of those.
What? No, don't kill boy.
Yeah, we're killing more.
No.
TJ, you know what to do.
No.
I mean, you're literally in the
Just
realm
make
of the
his
dead as
vacation
Morts.
permanent?
There are
There's-
almost innumerable options of
There's
what to do.
so much that can go so wrong so quickly.
So we're back after a one of my
A level
one of my
10
biggest butt pucker
granting
moments as a
encounter.
DM. Let me tell you, that was that moment where you're like, I try to take the tiara off, and then I'm like, they have to roll like a 25, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna use my inspiration, and I'm like, oh my god, no, no, and then you did it, and it was the exact moment. The same, like, my heart went to my butthole moment when John as Grailmore in the middle of CastCon was like, I'm gonna go investigate those fishmen alone, and I was like, no, I cannot undo what has been done. But that was tense, and I'm glad we did it. Anyway, we're back. Hi, thank you, welcome. I've heard we might have had a raid. I haven't been paying attention, but. If not, we're waiting. What the fuck is wrong with you? And also, if so, thank you. Otherwise, thank you all who are joining us here and now. But you guys survived that encounter with Ursule Illbrooke. I'm still coming down from that, if you cannot tell. On the short list of things TJ hadn't expected to necessarily deal with tonight, but we did, and we all survived. We're all alive. Even Ed, who is probably looking about as bad as our buddy
No, I know. I'm dealing with this.
Sook here, even though
What is it?
Oh!
Yeah.
Spider.
Taken care of.
Cool, thanks.
Sorry.
Hey, I never asked you in the first dungeon, and as we are in an arc that is, as we hinted at before, it has to do with at least a little bit the Avatar Vermin with the Dawnbreaker Brigade in this same region. Are you alright with spider monsters and stuff like that in the game?
Don't show me pictures of them.
So, like minis and stuff you're okay with, like fighting
Yeah, a mini I'll be okay with.
Okay. I
If
just
it's
don't
covered in
wanna
real
do
spiders,
it,
I'm gonna.
Because you only told me like
bash
after
your
I
head.
like covered your character in Viscera that you're like, oh, by the way, Jeremy has a blood thing, and I'm like, okay.
We can
Oh,
put the
that's fine.
figures in boxes.
I'm okay.
I know you said you were okay. Okay, I just
Yeah.
try not to do it hard to you. I know the flesh dungeon was literally the most extreme that it could be, but
Yeah, that was okay.
it was cartoonish.
I'll let you know if I have nightmares, because I'll be very angry with you. But I probably shouldn't.
How do you feel about rats?
Rats? No, whatever.
Okay.
That's fine.
And you were on a farm. I figured you were
Yeah,
okay.
I grew up on a freaking farm, and I'm so afraid of spiders.
It's the multiple legs thing. I get it.
It's a multiple legs
Once
thing.
it gets after
Also
4
millipedes.
legs, my brain's
Yeah,
kind of
can't
like...
do millipedes.
Even
Yeah.
6 legs, my brain's like, cool. But once it gets to 8, it's
That's too many legs.
too
too
many
many.
legs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too many legs.
It should not be allowed.
Exactly.
You know
like
what?
Like,
Let's give him dragonflies. Let him just be like a cool guy.
dragonflies are fine.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
They're terrifying on an insect level. They are nightmarish. But on my level, they're like, oh, what a cool, pretty thing. But as a bug, they're literal dragons. Like they're just they're killed. They have a 97% mortality rate, by the way.
Wow.
Dragonflies. That's insane.
wow. I did
Like
not know.
for the bugs that they
Shout
eat.
out to Yen Mega.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Shout
out to
They're
the
the most-
dragonfly.
I think they're the most successful hunter in the animal kingdom, if I'm not mistaken,
God.
because of that.
That's
I thought that was
amazing.
praying mantis. Okay, all right, cool. Cool beans.
They're just terrified. I don't know. Dragonflies are cool, and my mom's
Turns
like,
out-
"I love dragonflies," and then the more I
Praying
learn
mantis,
about them, I'm like,
100% kill rate. Wait, what the hell? What do you mean 100% kill rate?
It is killed.
dragonfly nymphs look like thing out of nightmares.
People, including.
They do not look like the
Okay.
pretty
We didn't
dragonflies.
think it was
that
a
they are. Look
target
up a dragonfly
person,
nymph
but it
if you want
happened
to stay
one
up at night when you go in the river next time.
Okay.
Dragonflies are the true
Okay.
leaders of the
Just
planet.
Dude,
It's not lizard people,
they're
it's dragonfly
cool,
people.
but they're scary. They're beautiful.
New conspiracy theory, I call
That's
it.
usually how the nature kingdom goes. Anyway, these are the tangents we go on here at Into the Runaverse. This is the post-death, death-defying situation conversations that you guys are all having. Did you guys ever think of how weird it is that dragonflies just... Oh yeah, that's so...
Guys,
Will
I
they
want to
just
go
look
back
like
to bed.
cockroaches?
But they're in the water.
Oh.
Ron doesn't say anything. He just walks back to his room.
Cockroaches are nasty, but I'm not afraid of them. I don't want to be around them because they are nasty.
I'm afraid of numbers.
Because they're nasty.
Zombies are
You're afraid of
gross.
numbers?
Like high numbers of bugs in one location.
Oh.
Yeah,
Swarms.
that's completely fair. Yeah.
I think it's a sensory overload. I think it's hard for the brain to like comprehend that many things in one place.
Yeah. Like if you go into one of those like corn pits, you know, with just like a bunch of dried corn in it.
Yeah.
And like in like a ball pit, you're like, this is a lot, all right. But in a corn pit, having like 10 million things touch you at all the same time.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's too many.
It's
Don't.
no.
What are you gonna do, Jeremy? Don't. What?
I was gonna say, like, that's a white person thing. I've never heard of a corn pit. I've never in my life heard of a corn pit.
I grew up on a farm.
Grew up on farm.
To be fair, I have to be careful as to how deep I get into butchering animals because I know Liz will know more than me when I try to So I brush over a lot of those details if you guys have
I'm
noticed.
just waiting for you to slip up on a details and be like, actually, TJ, it's this. Just I need you to know that I know more than you on this.
I know that you know more than me on this. I should just ask you, but it's fine.
Well, Jeremy, you're with the white lady, so I just need to let you know all the white people things. Like corn pits.
Pumpkin spice and cheese plates and corn pits.
That's
Those
all,
are
that's all you need to know about
to
white people.
summon her at a magic circle.
That is all you
and
need to
the
know
gate
about
cornhole.
white people. That and imperialism.
Yeah.
We fucking love it.
Study the Roman Empire. And
God,
you say the Roman Empire and pumpkin spice, and you will know everything you need to know about white people.
So I gotta say, some of those things are all right. Yeah, I think y'all were onto something with green bean casserole.
Okay, so
well, society.
And this is how he lost control of the campaign. We made it pretty far.
Sorry,
into
we're
the
talking
session,
about
guys.
casseroles? There, I'm bringing it back now. I heard about cast chat.
Shit.
Nobody was talking about me. What are you talking
Honestly,
No one is talking about you. We're talking about good old cast chat.
I am all right with this being what you guys talk about, and we just shoot shit for a minute because
I'm gonna go
that-
wake
Stop
up
being so
Edmund.
vain. This
that
isn't
was-
about
yeah,
you.
So,
I
he
did just save
is
everyone's asses, so.
technically healing spells still work on him.
I'm just gonna go. I don't have healing spells. I'm just gonna go start shaking him.
Okay, you can give him it's a very low level for medicine check, but to just sort of...
Cassidy
Pretty sure it's
will
just a
go
death
ahead and
save.
cast Cure Wounds.
I start shaking him. My grandmother goes, "Hey, hey,
Okay, he made the third one.
hey." That's a, I got a 4. That's one for each hand.
I really wanted that to be a 24, and then it's like, oh, I'm cured.
Yeah.
Worse again. So that's Dr.
16.
Guido.
Recovers 16 HP.
Oh, okay, great, thanks, because he just failed his third death saving throw.
Oh.
In terms of the rolls, he made 2. He was literally, it was like 2 on, 2 out. But anyway, that's for my baseball guys.
He got to 3 because we were talking about green bean casserole.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, we're talking about casseroles again?
But Cassidy,
Back to
as
Cat
you
Chat.
see starting to
Yes,
like
Chat.
fade, you channel it and you bring that. It's not so much positive energy as it is like you blow air on the embers of life that you feel in there, and it kind of like you feel the generator kind of come back on, and you're like, okay, the engine's working fine. You just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta like the Fonz and wha-bam, whack it a little bit. And you gave it some percussive therapy, and Edmondson like,
Breathe. Breathe.
You almost died again.
It is okay.
Hey,
She's gone. You are safe.
hey. I'm gonna fix the tapestries.
Not
I appreciate that.
Not the issue at the
I let
moment.
go of him.
No. That was,
That
believe
shows
me,
what
on the
you
short
know.
list of things that I was worried about. Appreciated.
There's a
Mending.
dead guy floating in the middle of the room.
Jim does walk over there and start casting mending, which, as well established, Jim's not a spellcaster. The cantrips are of his own volition. He does work very hard.
Sorry, we're gonna have to talk over the shrieking.
Jetpack,
The jetpack is not incorporated. The cantrips are the
There's a
only
lot of
arcane powers
exhaust.
he
There's
has.
a lot of
Yeah,
exhaust
he
in the
didn't
room.
have
You guys have to open the
cantrips,
window.
and it's real hard for him.
I
Just
rolled the
6
helmet
seconds
through
of
the window.
screaming.
One
So-
down.
As you guys are doing that,
Hey, stop bleeding
Concentrating
from
on
the
a
nose
spell.
this time, Andy.
Sermia has 5
Bleed from
questions
before else.
that she wants to ask
Just from his ears.
this figure.
yeah.
That looks like the dead corpse of her father.
That's where we left off.
What are you?
Could be another
I guess I know
clone.
who you are, but what are you exactly?
Could be another clone.
Does it count as 2 questions?
No.
Okay.
Let's not get into semantics
You
with this
hear
right
the
now.
voice, and the face
could count
again
as
is
another
like
one.
Oh, no.
rushed, but you see it like kind of like
What's wrong with you? That's a third kind of
you hear it kind of whispered
You're still
out,
big, so the hand hits us both at the same time.
it's like, even though your dad would be considered like middle-aged, he's getting some white in the sides of his reddish locks. This is like raspier on your dad's sickest day than you had ever heard him, but it still kind of comes breathing through as like an ambient air. You can all kind of hear it. But there's from no direction. It's like an earbud is in your ear and you're hearing this voice. Not necessarily directly in your ear, but it's like that direct, I guess, in terms of how you hear it. It still feels just far away. But you hear the answer, Sermia. Does everybody hear this or just you? In terms
Everybody.
of speak dead. Okay.
It's speaking for all intents and purposes.
So it looks in the only eye that's working as it's answering is looking around, and it says, "I am," and it looks to you, broken.
That is obvious.
Okay, so something tells me this isn't my dad.
Grailmore says could be another clone because we just saw a clone of me.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this and not make it a question so as not to confuse
Well,
this.
only
thing.
I can ask the question.
Oh, okay.
What is your relationship with Ursule?
I serve her as is my prerogative.
What is Ursule's agenda?
She seeks
I think
security
That is pretty good. That would be
freedom from decisions made from times gone. Those that she now regrets.
What was she doing on this island?
Situation.
summer home.
She serves as the broker for the other broken ones and takes them through the aisles to interested parties.
Sounds like y'all need a lot of therapy.
I think I
Like
think he's
demi-human
referring to the broken
trafficking.
ones as the clothes, and she's
You
selling off the
say
clothes.
you're a broken one. Where did Ursule acquire the information to create?
Demi-human trafficking.
Is that 4 or 5?
Still
That's the
trafficking.
fifth one.
Okay. Oh, these are such good questions. Um,
I'm not smart, but I'm not dumb.
There are minor factories where more of these broken ones are being grown. But I and the other originals come from the reborn God Forge to the north.
Cassidy writes that down. Reborn God Forge.
That only answered part of my question. But he's lifeless.
what was the
again.
rest of it?
It was the question was like, where did she acquire the information, like the host, to create you?
Oh, I misunderstood. Or was that the second part of the question?
It was in the same question.
Okay. Okay.
The source of this one has been brokered as part of a deal to the courts of the Gravemouth Key.
That sounds sus. Then I have my dad too.
Ooh.
He was
He's so
sent
excited to hear about this.
as a prisoner, veiled as a diplomat,
Too bad he abandoned us.
but Ursule knew the truth. He was given to the Marquis de Sangre.
Do I know who that is?
Give me a history check. It's a low DC for you, sir.
Could I roll on that?
Yeah.
Literally don't
Sergey's
care.
having a good night.
Sergey's having a great night
Oh,
for
dirty
seeing
20.
the person that tried to kill her
So,
girlfriend.
kind of putting things together, you've heard some things. It's not like her dad being leader of, like, the greatest vampire hunters in the Lubra is a secret to the nobles. That's kind of, like, why they're a fucking noble.
Yep.
So,
Oh, family.
there's, given your approximation to the child of that person, there's certain things that you'd know here. You just happen to recall information better than her out of the moment as opposed to in the moment. And you recall approximately, and given Vampire's lifespan, it doesn't surprise you that things haven't really changed, but the Marquis de Sangre is the figurehead, the leader of the court of the Gravemouth Key. There are some other sort of lesser lieutenant, if you were to call it that, if it were military.
He's
but
like the major lord.
he's the
here?
major lord, and they're sort of lesser lords, and they all sort of control houses. Edmonton would be one of these.
Okay.
So they can fall anywhere, as you can imagine, upon the
Does
ally
Edmonton
spectrum.
look like he knows about
Okay.
this?
Yes. As soon as they say Sangri, you see him kind of...
As soon as the body falls to the ground, I turn to Edmonton, inquisitively.
I knew nothing. I know. I mean, the Marquis. I mean, of course. I mean, they are in charge here. But your father, believe me, if I
It's
knew.
fine. I'm not gonna hurt you. Calm down.
She is a known liar.
But she is a known twainer. I wish to remain.
That is true.
I wish to remain untwained. If I may. I simply serve the Marquis in the sense that I am the liaison between members of the court and those of the mortal nobility or those who have brokered a deal. I know little more other than serving as a witness to make sure most things serves above ground, which I may add, stealing things off the head of a noble while invisible, while, may I add, is, what does my son say? Dope as fuck. I not recommend that you do that in the middle of a high-stress situation. My goodness, I need some blood. And you can see at this point, like, there's some guards. I mean, this has been less than a minute. The guards are already, like, running in. like,
Well, I'm already bleeding, so I just hold my bleeding arm over his mouth.
oh,
Maybe don't do that.
and you notice that. Well,
He's not sucking on me.
yeah, but you do that. You notice that the wounds heal
That's how he develops the
remarkably
taste.
fast.
His
with
wounds?
the human blood. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he does not want a taste of me.
He's literally getting a taste of you right now.
That puts,
The
like,
other
some
kind of
power
taste.
over you, but whatever. It's your body, I guess.
You can expect very illogical things to happen around Ursule when it comes to me, so maybe
Yeah, I
let's
know.
not run into her again.
That
That's all I
Grandma's
have to
like,
say.
that's gonna be an
I'm
issue
going to
because
bed.
she's got clones of me running around.
I don't care about the clones. Like I can
about you, Grailmore.
I can literally, I can stand the clones. They didn't do anything wrong to me, but Ursule did.
So
Yeah,
we
okay,
just
we really need
we
to
just gotta
use these
come up with a
clones as
plan.
individuals unto themselves,
If you
because
see-
it's not like we have like Guillermo's like continued consciousness. Within these clones, they're their own people.
So as you
Again,
guys
I have
are
some books
talking-
back in my room. I would love to show you guys.
What do we have to roll?
I wrote 3 essays on it just now.
Does anybody have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
I do.
I have a 16.
Okay. You guys
Oh, yeah. I do.
notice that as Sirmia is sucking the blood, that the fangs of Sir Ed are starting to grow. His eyes are like blotting out red.
I'm just gonna
while
take that
he's healing,
that she was
and you
using.
notice the guards have pulled their spears, but for a minute, those of you with the 15 look, but you notice pretty quickly that the spears are pointed at Sir Ed over you.
There's
And
guards here now.
yeah, the guards have like started to rush in, and they're like, "How can we?" And they look as he's like drank the blood. He's like squeezing it for a second, and he lets go. He kind of pushes back. You guys see him starting to
I'm going
kind
to
of
put
thrush out.
the steak over his heart.
Oh, I
Them
have a
all
steak
over
right
it.
now. So
Yeah, I grabbed it out of your hand. I was like,
Okay.
okay, you just calm down there, Chachi.
I need you guys to pin him because he is
Oh,
trying to
I'll
speak.
do that.
You can try.
I-
Give me a strength.
I
Okay.
will.
Yeah.
I will do I would like to do a little.
Well, they're,
grab.
Yeah,
they're
one
just
shot,
like
what comes
puffs,
in as well.
they're chili lime.
You said a strength check.
Would this be a grapple or
Those
you
from
want to do a
Costco?
strength
Yeah,
check for
I mean,
me?
Costco always has different stuff, so I just try and see what.
Do you want? Is this a grapple or do you want me to do a strength check?
You can do what you want, sis.
Okay,
What would it be for Grailmore if he was joining in and
Bless
pinning
you.
him down?
30 for
Strength-
grapple.
So grapple.
Grapple.
Uh-huh.
So that would.
Always feels so fucking
Dude.
good.
My death god.
Yeah,
dude.
Does a 30 do it?
A wrestler trying to
that would be a
skinny
bastard.
guy.
You even like. Oh shit! He's vampired out.
While he's grappled,
Uh,
I try and just kick him.
Flash of genius -2.
Okay. You still got him. It's less of a struggle for her with that. As he comes in, you notice this kind of like foppish clown that you're like, he's, he's very silly. He seems like he can probably fight, but he's just like a silly little guy. And you're like, oh, I bet you're fine, but you're just a silly little Billy. You don't take things too seriously.
Does he respond to a kick in the privates?
You could try. The thing is, he comes in, and this is like the times that you've probably had to spar with like Braddock in his enlarged form. Is like that level of like is coming
Raw
in
power?
at you. Yeah,
Okay.
and you guys see Talani very deftly like Huatang grapple, but she actually like skids back a second, and then Grillmore, you come in and you brace her, and the two of you like.
And I'm using all 4 arms because my astral arms are still in effect right now.
And you guys like take him and bam, bam, and he's down. And I need a
Brute
group
strength, but
persuasion check.
You have a
My dice are
precision.
rolling
You have
butt
to take
tonight.
a
I was not planning on
I
this.
do.
I got a
real
19.
Goku versus
Practice.
Kefla kind of
Does it have to be persuasion?
Sorry, what was the question?
Group persuasion.
Are you
Group
in the room
persuasion?
Oh,
Okay.
I've been in the room.
Oh, I keep saying, hey.
Or can I
Hey!
use intimidation as a persuasion, more or less?
They're in a bloodlust, so you're trying
26
to
for
appeal to
persuasion
the
from
heart
Talani.
of Edmund. as
26
opposed
for
to, like,
persuasion
scare the
from
animal.
Cassidy.
In this particular, not to say all vampires can, it's just in this particular
Natural
state.
20.
Hey!
19.
Hey, I got a nice little casserole here for
Wait,
you if you
where's
just calm
Jam,
down.
dude?
He's
All right,
casserole.
we got a nat 20.
There's no garlic in casserole.
Just like when I was
got a
waking him
19.
up from the coma.
Cassidy got a 26. Grailmore got a 16.
Okay.
19.
26.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go.
Get out of it, you fucking...
Still focused on the cantrip.
Stared at my hands.
Anybody realize how weird hands are?
You guys all kind of are like,
check out these asphalt hands.
kind of shaking him, smacking him, however you might do it, but you guys all appeal to Edmonton, and then Braddock comes in and he whips some of Ma's casserole out.
He wakes up to a steak pointed at his heart.
Yeah.
Talani speaking a low tone.
Extra raw meat in here for you, full blood.
The sun is getting real low, buddy.
Oh no. No.
And he looks and he sees the guards like pointed at him, like over you guys, just like a sea of spears over all of your shoulders. And they're wide-eyed. Everyone's breathing. They're looking at you, seeing like, what the fuck do we do? You guys see his eyes go from bloodshot to the red pupils, and then they go back to like the dark brown that you've generally seen him in, with the little red hair that they've had in the iris. The fangs, while still pointed, they shrink back down. And you see the veins like go down. You in particular notice that the strength, it goes back to kind of what you'd expect. Like, okay, yeah. Probably dances around with the sword. You get the sense, it's not so much.
I do way
He's just back to being a silly little guy.
Yeah, he's just a silly little guy.
Oh, what's happened?
Maybe
I
don't
became
do that
overwhelmed by a bloodlust that has occurred over me
Been
before.
dancing.
For no
Also,
reason,
Spengo.
Ron just starts tickling him.
I do apologize, my friends. It's been some time since I've had humanoid blood, but
But you didn't say no, did you?
I was dead. But
Oh.
I mean, you are dead.
that is true. I was deader. I don't know what the term is. I was approaching the true death, the final death, the last hurrah, the last bow. I'll come up with something.
You could die
so
again.
glad.
No, but if you ever
Did you happen to see a scrawny little cleric
how
while
to
you
do
were
it.
on the other side? His name is Mort.
So if you ever want to be yeeted from
what would
this
be
mortal
so
coil,
nice?
if he can help you out, buddy.
He looks to all of you and goes, "Oh goodness, it seems that I'm not the only one who has ruined their ascot." And he's just, the blood is everywhere, and you guys are just covered in your general blop. And he's like, and because you're pretty much all in your pajamas for all intents and purposes, and he's like, "Allow me."
We didn't even get into a fight. Just like
Right.
initiative.
Cassidy's
happened,
still in
just
his
blood
armor
splatter.
because he didn't sleep in it.
Talani for her pajamas does have like 90s girl like striped bottom pajamas with like a baby doll tank top.
I love it.
Yeah.
If you want to be my lover,
Yes.
you gotta get with my
It is the Spice Girls.
Braddock had the full
If
PJ.
you
He's
see
not
Patrick
like
come
the
in,
whole
Just
thing.
imagine
Yeah.
what Baby Spice would wear to bed.
He now just has
Brianna-
shorts
or
on
not
because
Brianna.
he,
Sir
had to
Brianna.
stretch out. They're so
Pajamas.
very torn.
I think
bet she
Brianna does too.
He's holding up the pants now, just like, I have to get these tailored.
You guys see the guards start to pull Edmonton up, start to check in on all of you, like patch things up. They're starting to call in, like, we need medics. No, we need mortal medics. We need living people medics. Please come in here. Sir Edmonton he's fine. He just goes, yes. I simply need a change of clothes. It was a rather eventful night. We haven't had one of those in, gosh, over 50 years.
One of what?
A night as violent as this in one of the brokered deals between a mortal party and one of the vampire court, but we can speak more on that. The morning is rather early for me, but perhaps in the late afternoon we could meet before you depart. The closest island is, you should arrive there around midnight. This time of year it is not particularly dangerous. I believe Ursule should be gone by dawn, if my guardian wife should attend to everything. she is with you, daywalkers, but I am well past. And you guys can see, like, it's purple. It's not quite dawn. You guys probably have like 2 hours of sleep before dawn fully hits. But you get the sense that you could sleep in, but for him, it would still be pretty fucking early if he wakes up at like 11 or noon.
I'm going to bed.
When did you hear those words?
You can see a number of medics like offer you guys like there's some healing potions. Like they make sure that you're patched up before you go to bed. They clean you off. They make sure that you're given like a hot bath, some healing oils, things like that to go to bed. And so that when you wake up, even though you're still sore when you wake up, like everything's still like oof. You've got like it's the equivalent of like the anime bandages. You're healed, but there's still owies if you get hit hard enough there. You know. But
that was like really intense. Is it just what
It
you
was?
guys do?
That was small.
What?
I mean, usually there's a fight involved as opposed to getting out of it.
And usually I die.
Yeah, and we almost die. Usually.
I got a pipe
I've
through my
already died
colon
twice.
I'm pretty sure it was
I
more
got a
than
pipe
that.
through my colon once.
How does it even happen?
He
A
lost
guy
his
comes up
bones, too.
forcibly behind you and puts the blunt end of a pipe.
Oh.
It was sharp
Screw
at the
you.
time.
No, it wasn't. That's what
I mean,
made it worse.
was blunt, but he had powers that made it sharp.
Yeah, the powers were just extra strength.
the powers the muscle.
I should know.
Ron's starting
I
to
lost part
question
of my
his
leg.
choice of coming with these people.
I got a
Lost your
song on my
whole
leg.
Does this seem like a bad idea that we came with them?
Yeah, I thought, I thought joining a cult was a bad idea. Like, oh my god.
Now you joined a union.
We're all in
Union.
this together,
I want to go home.
except when we're not.
Should I sing the song or should I
We
sing
never
the
got
You're
our
on your way?
weapons back, right?
I don't know.
I
Sort
can
of.
only hope.
In a
You guys
roundabout
can-
way.
Think about this, but you have leveled up to 10 in the night.
Ah!
That being, Grillmore goes up by 1 more.
So Grailmore's at 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that being said, always remember, I know everybody's probably pretty solo leveling, or I know you've got your double. You can always dip into other levels, take little things here and there. Also, this in mind, you probably won't be close to or hit level 11 until the Winter's Gala. Just keep that in mind. Mort's still 9.
Yeah.
Is it 2
That
months
now
before
part of that is
Welcome
also,
to the club, Mort.
this is also
Niners.
you guys
Yeah, like I'm
may have a time jump with the main party.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I'm going to assume
Hint,
that
hint,
like,
wink, wink, nudge,
whatever
nudge.
adventures you're doing with more in a couple of weeks is probably
What is
happening
the season right
concurrently
now?
with this stuff.
The fall.
Like,
What?
It's the fall right now.
It's the fall. You
I
guys
feel like
have
we're going to the Winter's Gala before Tableau.
no. You have 2 months before the Winter's Gala. It's
Okay.
the middle of winter. It's basically midwinter.
Okay.
So you have this.
I miss this boy.
You have basically 2 weeks of adventuring,
I know how to play him.
and then a month and a week of travel, and then approximately 2
playing
weeks
Jan
of
really well,
flex
though.
time.
Thank you.
Like if something goes really
cantrips.
wrong, if you guys roll nat ones all in one night and your ship crashes,
I just
and
feel
you have a
like-
week to figure
I
shit
just
out
have
before
a
you're
lot of
late to the
combat.
Winter's Gala.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how that's going to go for me.
You have a week of fuck up time
I picked weird
in case
spells.
things get really dicey. But right now you're on course
Dicey.
to be actually ahead of schedule, which for all of the performers in the party are like nice.
Sermia wakes up at dawn and goes to pick up the weapons for the party at the blacksmith.
Ooh. Is there anyone else who's an early riser? I know you're traditionally an early riser, but that's usually on the ship. I don't know if you take this time to sleep
Well,
late or not.
Grailmore definitely
Sermia
is because
normally-
he doesn't require as much
I
sleep.
feel
Sermia's
like a
normally
fox
a
would
late
be
sleeper,
up
but
pretty
she's
early.
kind of haunted by seeing Ursule, so she didn't really sleep.
Braddock
So you have
doesn't
one level
trust
of
this.
exhaustion.
Braddock doesn't trust this place enough to necessarily sleep in.
Okay.
Jam is more hurt than he's ever been in his life.
I will say this:
So I
when we
am
were on the
sleeping
old
in.
rock, he slept.
I think during the night, instead of sleeping, she tried to process what happened
It's
with
9:05,
the
my
tiara.
Oh, I can't wait to
Usually
hear
4
your
cups
thoughts
of
on
coffee
that.
in one.
And then Cassidy, in the note that he's writing for daytime Cassidy, he's like, so the unthinkable happened. I actually saved the party.
Cassidy
I figured
doesn't
you
believe
would
it.
be.
Or even
I
like
figured you would be proud of that.
Has to be
Dear
alive.
diary,
or even
I almost
motivations
made
behind doing
it with
in
a
the
girl
first
today.
place.
Oh yeah, we got
uh,
to second base.
What does he
Butts
think
could they
second
be?
base is?
Talani and
Did
Sermi are
anybody
reading
other
his
than Sermi
diary.
get armor there?
It's not my.
He's bragging
got
to
a
himself.
weapon
I know.
You just
I
said
think he
MILF
got a
with a
breastplate
question
done
mark
there,
at
but he
the
also
end.
bought
Question: what does he think second
I got
base
two
is?
sets. I got the mithril armor thing.
A girl
So I'm
looked
picking
at
up
me
one set of armor for
today.
you
That's
as well.
second
You're
base.
picking up a set of armor for me and
I
several
got
weapons.
I got
second
that.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be able to carry it in a bag of holding.
First base is
Oh,
just
you only had the
acknowledging my
mall?
existence with a glance.
You only have the mall,
Oh, I had
it's like-
more than just the ball.
or you had Firebrand too, because that can't be silver. Fire.
Oh, that's
Only
good to know.
misunderstanding.
Cassidy
Because,
is going to
he's gonna
write
tell you about his
in
day with
the
Jim.
notebook,
I also
letting daytime Cassidy know. By the way,
Just gotta kiss all
Ursule
the
has only seen me. She has not seen you. So do that with what you
What
will.
does that mean to you? Talani will know to ask, what does that mean to you? But he'll be so
Don't you have the
embarrassed
same
that he
armor?
will not clarify.
Yes, but it's his arcane armor, so he can like make changes to the appearance of
I
it.
need you to say
So
it
it's
out loud.
pajamas. When he goes to sleep, he just snaps and it turns into
And then he
like,
just
the stocking
passes
cap
out
and
from like all the blood rushing to his
very
head.
well fitted.
Will still technically be considered armor. That's
God, I
that's
hate
actually a
those.
very good thing. I can just use it as an illusion to make it look like I'm wearing regular clothes.
I would argue if you have a nighttime version, if you have a morning version, you can have like
Well-
if you have like a casual, formal, a battle, and like a nighttime.
Okay.
Like yeah, you just
Okay.
like still like character switch out outfits. Like your face. Just yeah, each. It's so funny.
I think I'm actually
Like
gonna.
Got an Animal Crossing one.
Yep,
wave it over
exactly.
yourself.
I'm gonna raise my intelligence by 1 in the level up just because of what happens.
Are you taking a feat?
No, just like the ability.
Oh.
score.
Well, level 10 is when we is a feat level. Because it was because it was
What are yours?
levels 1, 4, 7, 10, and then 13, 15, and 18.
Yep.
Either that or 12, 15, and 18.
So
So everybody at level 10 gets another feat.
you guys wake up, you feel invigorated while still sore. Like you're reaching for stuff.
That's separate from ability scores.
You're like,
I get finishers.
oh shit.
Yes.
You wrote it, buddy.
Now she's a problem.
You guys hear?
I was
Brad-
one before too.
There's certain things where I'm like, I can like handle her, but like once she gets finishers, it's like
And
You guys
she's
hear
just a
Braddock
lawnmower.
just griping from his bedroom in the morning. Walks out. Braddock is standing about 5'7" now. Just naturally, he's like, "What the heck is wrong with this leg?" Looking at his metal leg. Level 10, you gain 3d4 inches of
As a
height.
rune knight.
Yeah.
Mort is gonna be so confused.
Mordio and Julian are gonna have to work on that.
What is with this thing?
Actually-
what is going on?
As you guys wake up, you can smell breakfast wafting
did
from the
Brad
main chamber.
get hotter
Like people food, like sausages, eggs,
by like 9 inches.
fruit salad.
And then when you sit down to eat, Sumia walks in
Why do
and
my
hands you your
pants not
weapons.
fit right?
Oh, thank you.
Talani gets a silvered barrel.
Yay!
Yeah, we got that special for you.
You, when you go there,
Oh, thank you so much.
you notice
We
that
actually
the
did
second
order that
half, you guys
special.
paid half up front, half afterwards.
Silver.
I just gave him. I actually paid him 100% up front
Oh shit, you did.
as like
Um,
part of the deal.
Half has been given back with a note. Please do come visit. We would love to have you speak to the students. Dash you as a note tucked in.
Who's you? Like from you?
Yeah, like dash the letter U.
Oh. It's given back to me?
Yes,
Like
like
half of the
amount.
money?
Yep. Like half was paid for by somebody else.
How'd you even know I went here?
She did dig around your guys' noggins for a second. last week.
I like how Braddock's all of his clothes now just look like he's an ill-fitted child.
Yep.
Like the belly's showing a little bit of the
He had a
mid.
growth spurt overnight.
I assume the mithril armor is magically fitted though.
Yes.
Just somehow he shows up and somehow already fitted towards me. It's like what?
FYI, Grailmore can now run across vertical surfaces and liquids. So he can run on water now.
All right. Try lava. That'd be fun.
It's technically a liquid.
Kidding. Still burns though. I have looked up that rule.
Yeah, they're hot. It's got just radiating heat.
Yeah.
Ow.
Haku ran across lava too. That wasn't voluntarily, but he
that
did
was
it.
not fun.
Talani has a
And then
poster
he
of
came
that.
back and hit for a lot of damage the very next hit.
Oh.
If I just rolled a little better, I would have dropped him in one turn,
So excited.
which is
You
a
want more?
stupid amount of damage for an enemy.
Yeah, and then I came back and it was just like,
Divine
you're
intervention.
prepared to take this 500 plus on the nose?
Yeah.
That's the one where you get to
Looks
call
like
them,
a
right?
Thanos snapped
To
him.
roll a D100 and if I get
All right.
below my cleric level. Or, yeah, below my
As you guys are having breakfast,
God
you
response.
see they're already sitting at the
Good
table
questions,
as Sirmia is handing out weapons. Lordio walks in with a plate of pancakes and crepes and like 3 different syrups on his fingers, and he's like, wonderful. They said that you would be waiting for me, and I followed my nose, and someone said, if anyone's gonna get into trouble in a socio-political encounter, it's you guys, and I was right. Pancakes.
When he says
Yes,
follow
thank
the
you.
nose, I look and it just looks like he had a whole bunch of powdered sugar right here.
Yeah.
You know?
It is powdered sugar, but there's also fade.
Yeah, take some pancakes.
It's
Oh,
that's a
Nordio,
pretty-
also, by
pretty
the way,
accurate read
you
on
and
us.
Julian, you just hear like, if you could take a look at my leg later.
Yes.
I don't know, and I stand up, and I'm like, something's not quite right here. I seem to have...
I say I would love to study that at some point.
He got
But,
hotter overnight, yeah?
How tall is Sirmia?
5'10".
I look at you now, I'm like, what the fuck? Were you always this short?
Yeah. She shrank overnight.
Oh, okay.
I see
I thought it was
someone made some modifications to my original design. I imagine it had to do with the growth spurt, but it wasn't Brundlefly, was it? She did not have anything to do with this.
No.
What? No.
I just know that you've been in cahoots speaking with her. You were chitter, chatter, jibber jabbering while you were in that laboratory, and I just want to make sure she's not the one.
Lortio, hey. Sorry, babe, hold on. Jealousy is not a good look. It's actually really bad for your complexion. Just so
Breaking out.
just so you are aware.
Tell that to my ex.
Well, if she did, it is
Jim.
whoever did it. It was
We all
Julian.
die uproariously.
Whoever did it, it was Julian. But
I truly
I'm
believe it's
still sad.
canon. Every time Jam makes that joke, we all just like gut bust laugh for 5 minutes.
Jim's
It's
so
the
serious.
hard cut to credits. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
He's the best comedian we know. He's almost as good as Mort.
Well, whoever did it was fine. They did a fine job. It's not mine, but it is exquisite. It's exquisite craftsmanship. But I suppose,
But you
if-
can make it better, right?
I mean,
Yeah, we can work more on the jetpack if you want. That seems-
jetpack, you say?
Yeah, that seems fun, right?
And this is the first time you've seen him like really look at it. He goes,
Oh, in my head, Lordio's been helping.
"Oh, like
Yeah,
looking at it?
yeah, Lordio and Julian have been helping me build this thing.
Okay, yes,
I
Yeah,
then look
another
at the
boys' night, right?
with the Cruxian core, yes."
Yeah,
I look at the two of you very intently. Point at the jetpack. Point at the leg.
that's how I level
Point
up.
at the jetpack. Point at the leg. Hint, hint.
I
You're
desperately
right.
want him to lengthen your leg by just adding like a little rocket booster to the bottom of it.
And I'm just floating.
Like that's how the height is compensated for.
This is how I think I get like boots of flying
Right.
without boots of
But
flying.
you just get one boot of flying, so it's just you're always gonna be upside down.
The dwarf is right. You should add legs to the jetpack.
Yeah,
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. I'm just grabbing some
7 legs.
Yeah, I don't think legs on the jetpack is going to help that.
Well,
much.
like it
Yeah,
I
why don't
think
you
it
help
is.
this?
If I-
Cecily?
Yeah, let's
You
hear them
both
out.
know.
Let's listen.
7 legs instead of 8.
4 point landing. That's all I'm saying. They shoot out when I land, and my legs hit.
Like
and
landing
these are
gear?
like shock absorber legs.
Oh, god dang it. Ron, can you
Oh,
pass the
that-
bacon?
OSHA. That seems like an OSHA thing. You gotta have the 4 points down.
Who's
I
OSHA?
realize that
know.
saves wrong. I have proficiency
Occupational
in that,
safety
so I
hazard something.
You're not ready for it yet, but
+2.
the kids are gonna love
That's
it.
way
So I
different.
might
Yeah.
have
There was a
saved
kid
against
named
one
that
of
was a
those
Meta City
things,
inspector. His
actually.
name was OSHA.
Oh, by the way,
damage.
since I hit level
listen
10,
to-
the returning weapon for the barrel, the attack and damage roll goes from the bonus goes from +1 to a +2.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
Yep.
What else
At level
happens at
1,
level
4,
8?
7, and 10, we get a free feat.
Cool.
TJ.
It just, especially the kobold press monsters that I use, which are like third party, but they're super official in like the way that
And
they
that
use
stops at 10.
mechanics.
That stops at 10.
If I use everything at their
right
disposal
now,
and
that's-
I roll well
I think we
and
did
the
like
party
That's all
rolls
that's
butt,
relevant.
Yeah.
I have almost TPK'd so many times because I'm like, oh, I didn't just go to the next paragraph and see add like 5d8 to the damage,
Oh,
or
gosh.
like now the party's exhausted, or
Is
now
this-
the party's all asleep, and it's like, so I like versatile party people, so I don't feel bad about throwing shit.
Is
at
this
you guys.
10 of the
What's a
class
TPK
level
like?
or 10
What's
of
This
the
is
overall?
your character
I
level
don't know.
is
Why
10.
don't so I get a 2 even though it's level 8
Yep.
bard.
So regardless
Oh.
of what class level you are, your character at character level 10, you get a feat.
Okay.
Feats are dictated by your character level, not your class level.
Okay.
So we have 4 feet then. So now he has 8 feet.
Too many.
It's 4 feet plus 4.
Oh, you're fine.
So we choose another feat. Okay.
What is your strength score at right now?
Probably 20.
Okay.
So, as
I
you guys
was
are
gonna
eating, it's
replicate magic
really
item
good.
of,
This is
like,
probably the pig
the
that you
bracelets
guys,
of ogre strength in
for the
case
ham
you
and the
needed
bacon that you guys saw being
You
I
would
have 20 con.
Yeah,
slaughtered
you would need a
yesterday.
full giant
That's as much as I'm going to brush over it right now.
to make it worth
He
it.
uses every
Hill
pot of the
Giant, I think,
pig.
is only
Uh-huh.
21.
They say make more puff.
Hill Giant in Baldur's Gate's 23.
Oh, okay. What am I thinking?
Can I get
So-
some
'Cause I thought
guanciale
it was
off of
Hill
that?
Stone. I thought it was Stone Giant. Got you
Eventually.
23.
Maybe it's just Baldur's Gate that makes it 23.
John.
Yeah.
You guys notice
all
that the hallway, you hear some footsteps like clop, 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 coming down.
You said you can make that at level 10?
Numerous guards,
Yeah, I can
and
do-
then
yeah, I actually
somebody,
get access to
a
that
very
level 10.
becoming,
If you keep stopping for part, that might be good for him.
like thick black braided, very pale skinned woman, sort of walking in the middle of them, dressed in similar aristocratic noble lady fashions that might match Sir Edmonton, walking towards you as they kind of filter into the room, and she holds her hands together as she steps, and they kind of filter in and they go around the room. She's human. She doesn't have anything about her. And then finally
pale?
someone... she just seems to be of a pale complexion, which is in a place where fog is
too.
blotting out the sun most of the time.
I try to
People
stay
might
indoors.
be... Even people of... Even melanated people are going to be pale here. Nobody's getting vitamin D. They
Tiny,
gotta
my
have
tiny
a lot
hut's
of milk.
UV
Be
protected.
pasty.
Yeah, everyone's got to find...
Everyone's got fortified bread and milk around
Pretty much.
here.
That's all. It's all whole milk and rye bread. But everyone has really solid poops in the Great Mountain.
I love me some pumpernickel.
God, I wish that were me.
Cause of death, constipation.
Luke just sounds like he has diarrhea.
I
like
have,
explosive.
Stress ulcers himself.
I
every
have
fight.
what the crux people call tummy troubles.
Is he casting mending in the bathroom right now? It sounds like
He's casting a canvas while he goes to the bathroom. It's prestidigitation.
it's to make the smell go away, but we just hear it anyways.
And when he exits the bathroom,
I
it's
don't know
all
what this
exhaust.
is.
Oh, so I get access to more artificer infusions that I can do. So for Braddock, I'm going to turn his armor into armor of magical strength. So it has 6 charges, And when you make a strength check or a strength saving throw, you can expend 1 charge to add a bonus to the roll equal to your intelligence modifier, which since you're 4.
Oh
No.
Does that
you say that like a
override
Muppet.
What's currently on
Scary.
What?
And
the armor?
What?
Does that override what's currently on
Sounded
the
like
armor?
Oh, it's
Mr.
already enchanted? Or
Oh,
It doesn't like unsilver.
Well,
Okay.
according to artificers, the only things you can enchant are non-magical items.
so
So
if
it
the
doesn't
armor
override it. You literally can't enchant it.
Ooh, if it's
Oh.
mithril, it might be magical.
It is magical.
Mithril is magical armor.
It's
Yes,
it's
no.
gotta be
It
mundane.
has it.
it's blue rarity. I don't
Well,
know.
it's rare, but here's the thing: mithril in and of itself is not magic. It has magical properties because of the type of armor it is, but in and of itself, it is not a magic.
But it's not
thing.
already like charmed or
Yeah.
enchanted or anything.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
I mean, maybe then.
I'd agree with that. You can drop like,
DM rules.
like charm
because it's
on
like you just
adamantine armor
you
and stuff.
found ore and all this stuff, and you managed to do stuff with it. Or,
So
then enchant it
now,
up.
mithril probably takes enchantment very well.
okay, so assuming that you get it, so you can when you make a strength or
Strength
Um,
or strength save, add +4 to the roll, probably usable perfect. 6
or a
times
strength
day.
check, and then as a reaction, if you would be knocked prone, you can expend 1 charge to not be knocked prone, and then it regains 1d6 expended charges daily at dawn.
They're mostly under your
I'm
chair,
just
I think.
picturing like the not knocked prone thing. Like you get hit and start to fall, and then like a balloon thing like pops out and bounces back up. All right, I'm good.
So, as Cassidy is like nerding out about the armor, the lady is just standing there like, "Are you quite finished?"
Sorry, miss, can we help you?
Yes. I trust you all found your accommodations fitting for the evening.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Very comfy.
We do try to strive our best here when people stay over at our home. That being said, I understand you also aided my husband in times most dire, of which I am appreciative.
We did
Oh,
have
are
pretty
you the
much
lady
die.
of the house?
Did Ursula pay for half of?
I am sorry,
everybody
miss. My
else's
name is
stuff,
Brad
too?
Guru. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Okay.
Just taken, and thank you very much
Make
for
sure
your
everybody gets
hospitality. I
50
appreciate
gold
it.
back
Captain,
each.
my husband has been... While some of you seem unfamiliar, your group is quite the talk at our dinner table.
Hey, he's
So
a
I am
fan.
aware
He
and
kidnapped a few people.
at least a fringe fan of the Veld Delvers of the SS whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's a cool name. I like that.
It says us, as in us.
And one right there.
No way.
Yeah, you're one of those now, yeah.
Oh, I'm a Delver.
Yeah, if you want to be
Velvet?
I
Jim.
don't want to be.
What?
I do
Velvet?
not want to be.
Yeah, but you and I still
Not
have to
again.
get bounties because
Okay.
I don't think I do.
everybody else has bounties. on
She
them.
gestures
I'm gonna
over
go
to a
How do we get
pillow
one of
We're taking you home.
with like a scroll on it that someone
I know, buddy.
And she says,
She was right.
I understand that we are in a debt. And that being said, my husband and I can use our political foothold to pause or perhaps even erase where we can these false wanted posters that are being distributed throughout the greater area. That is not as a promise that everywhere, of course, will be safe. However,
That's so nice. Who are you again?
She is the lady of the house. Show her
I'm
respect.
sorry, jeez.
Sarmia's just really in her
no,
breakfast
no,
wine.
she is correct. I have not introduced myself
I'm really
properly.
distracted.
Where are my
look at
manners?
Those,
I am
mine is
Celine
lit.
de Riviere Morning River. Pleasure
Oh, nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you,
Sermia, I believe is your name.
I sniff her hand.
Ah, as charming as I heard.
That's just called a left-handed compliment.
I'm left-handed.
Yes, baby,
That's just
yes.
a regular compliment for you then.
I give her a proper, like, lady handshake.
Yes, Lady Talani.
Talani Ironheart, yes.
Yes.
It's a
You
pleasure
know-
to finally make your acquaintance.
As it is mine. You know, when last I met with... What was it? Uncle Werner. He was on one of his trips coming through. Your father was quite worried about your whereabouts, though. That's just between us girls, isn't it?
I'm sure he was.
Heaven forbid you show a bit of emotion, though. Am I right?
Sounds like a lot of dads are like that.
Yes.
It's emotional constipation, dear.
Mm.
Something I
What
don't have
really
to worry
wish
about,
you
dear
knew about
Edmonton. He is
So what?
He
And
lives
open
out
book.
loud.
Knew about all the
lives
personal information
so
that's
out
being
loud.
given out.
It's refreshing,
I
really.
know.
It really
it's gonna
is, but
kill
these
him.
early morning hours of silence are treasured by me.
I'll
over these
write
past
some
few
details
years.
down for more in my journal.
It makes me appreciate him more in a way.
We're never gonna read your journal.
No, I mean, I'm gonna show it to him when he gets back.
Oh,
Ron-
that would mean
Ron
so
comes
much
up and
more.
shakes
He
her hand,
really
bows
would.
like,
He would be like, oh, you're okay.
"Hi, nice to meet you."
Contrary to
Ron.
popular
Yes,
belief,
Ron,
Jeremy
Ron.
knows
Yeah, it's
people
Ron.
that
I
she's
haven't got the
close to.
Kitsune
Yeah.
bro yet. so
Oh well,
Ran.
you know I'm from the East Coast,
I
so
understand, I
yeah,
understand.
we got the accents.
Captain, I understand they just
You
had
did all of them?
the
I'm missing
casserole
a D20.
convention.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, it was very.
How was
The most
that?
important
Oh,
one.
it was absolutely fantastic.
sign
You know,
that.
if any time, you
No,
know,
good
next year
point.
you want to come out, just look up the Garoon.
You know,
family. They'll be happy to
after
help you out.
hearing of your recent group's exploits there, Edmonton is insistent that we visit in the coming year, but I suppose there's nothing I can do to keep him away now.
Yeah, just be sure to stop by and, you know, just make sure, you know, get in and get some of the good old Mama Garoon casserole. She's always happy to have a guest. Pops will have a Rolling Rock ready for you.
She won last year.
She's one. Every year she competed,
Sure.
in fact. Except
That
for a couple
said-
of years with the Jensens and the Johnsons. Those were dark times.
1,000-yard stare.
The
Bring it back,
lady's
bring it
like,
back.
I understand we are in your debt. And I'm glad that apologies for my rudeness. I should have introduced myself to begin with. Where are my manners as a proper lady?
You just heard like screams of war going on.
But there are extensions of
Sounds like someone's casting a cantrip.
the Morning River's responsibilities. Yourselves, as members of noble houses, understand certain settlements and islands fall within the protective purview of your house's responsibilities, and so Morning River, while a smaller house within the grander schemes of the noble court, does have some islands which have all recently sent out requests for help, and our forces are limited here at the Morning River State. And your arrival here would seem well-timed, as it were, while some of these requests are approaching a week in time. We would still ask that if you could help us perhaps get to some of the ones that have started to reach our backup queue. We would greatly appreciate it, and I could add perhaps some monetary compensation if you could aid with some of these queries, these quests from nearby islands that perhaps require the skill and abilities beyond those of just simple farmers and villagers with a sword.
I would love to take a look at your list.
We get it.
Did that. We did that one.
You see a number. There's 3 things.
I'm gonna grab the sending zone and call
Yeah,
Christopher.
I was just gonna
Hey, you could come back now.
Yeah,
Sword should be gone now.
Give me like an hour or two.
Come quick. No.
Did anything happen?
All right. So you notice there
Yeah,
are
Lord made pancakes.
3 places. One is Dew Reaper Bay. It looks like it's on the far side of Morning River. They have reports of a strange creature prowling the woods.
Ooh.
Strange as in they don't know what it is, or
Nope.
they're just scared of it.
Both. They don't know what it is. They're
Strange
also
is
scared of it, and a
just
few
really
livestock
weird.
have gone missing.
It's just
Oh,
It's just a
fuck
rogue
moose again.
shepherd.
It's a fuck moose again.
It's size, but it's
Have you
just a
seen the
wet
fuck
sock.
moose, old man?
There is a small city on an island to the just east. It's less than a day. It's like 3 hours to the east. It's called Farmire. It's a pretty rundown town. A lot of it's empty, but there's a small group of people who are trying to kind of research it back, but they also need help kind of establishing it as a port. So it just requires like
Building?
just like a day or two.
Is
of,
that like the closest one?
3
these are
hours.
all kind of equidistant.
I'm
as
actually
it
game
were.
for that one. Braddock's like, that one sounds.
Which one's the furthest away from the main Gravemouth Key Island? Because if they're equidistant from here, one of them's got to be further away.
So Dew Reaper's the closest because it's on this island. Then to the immediate east is Farmire. And then to the... So I guess Farmire is technically the farthest? Huh,
Farmire.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even plan on that, you guys. That's silly.
Okay.
And then there's also
Big silly
Singletree to the south.
So then we can make a circle starting at the one that's closest.
I would not mind being off the island for a moment, so.
I mean, we're still in the general vicinity.
Yeah, but off of this island in particular, you know, because of the whole.
Because of trauma.
Yeah, the trauma and the Ursule situation.
Did I say 3 or 4?
Three.
3. Okay, so those are the 3 places that are listed on there. She says, on top of that, I can see what I can to pull from our personal bank and aid.
You have a
in
bank
your-
here? I would like to make
God.
some. I want to exchange gold for platinum.
We
Oh,
can
no, nothing
see to
nefarious.
that. Perhaps after you can help us with this.
Don't lie to a cop, sir.
I'm not
So
lying.
in Farmire, there are rodents of unusual size being reported.
Yeah.
In,
I didn't think they existed.
In alarming amounts, they've been reported in the last few days. Like a lot. And then in Singletree, the
Is there only one tree on that island?
you don't know why it's called that. But it has a request from the local vampire noble, who Edmonton
Is
and
this one to be trusted?
Celine assures you they can be trusted.
Okay.
Is from the local vampire noble, and there is something hunting the vampires in town. And only vampires are being targeted.
Sermia is interested in that one the most.
Well, I'm guessing the vampires.
That one's on a different
don't like
island
that
than
the
this one,
vampires
though.
are
They're
interested.
all about
Is there
3
one,
hours of travel apart from each other.
Is there one on this
They're all
island?
fairly
you said?
close. Yes,
The
one is.
opposite end of this island.
You can get there in like an hour from here, just taking the coast, or like 3 hours walking. 2 if you took the cart.
Well, we also have to wait for Chrysilla to get back, so maybe we could go to the one on this island first. Since we don't really have anything... We don't have any leads, so we might as well do stuff.
She's
until
only
we
like
get
an
a
hour
lead.
away.
She'll be here in like an hour.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
let's
I agree with
finish-
you, but
let's
yeah, she's only
finish
an hour.
breakfast and take a shower, and she'll be here.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
guys,
I need to wash
Sermia's
off all the
been
fox
showered for, like,
vent
6
from that
hours.
encounter.
So what are their thoughts on where you guys would be interested in checking out? Farmire?
Is that on this island?
Research-based thing.
Dew Reaper is on this island.
Okay.
The rebuilding that town one sounds nice and straightforward. I know it's not going to be, but
Famous last
Talani.
words.
Talani doesn't
Oh, that
believe
just sounds nice. You know, we helped him build a pier. That sounds great.
That'd be hilarious if we actually just go there, have to start making skill checks.
Okay, time to hammer the wood.
Oh shit, this is just Harvest Moon. Okay.
We go there for
Is Farmire
Habitat
the
of
one with
Humanity
the
Day.
hunter?
Jimmy Carter's.
Farmire is the abandoned
Nice to
town
meet
with
you,
the
Fred.
rodents of unusual size.
Sorry
Okay.
about your wife.
In alarming.
Fun fact:
Proximity.
Which one is the hunter then?
when Talani moved to this area to
The hunter is Singletree.
to
They're
help
all
fight
about 3 hours
undead
apart from each other.
and earn some
so
money
you could arguably
She wrestled those
knock
guys
us out
for
in like
fun.
2.5 days.
to hone her skills.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It was like
Again,
the WoW equivalent
still
of going
within the
around
kind of
killing
breadth
those
of time
things.
you're
Just like
expecting
1
to spend in
XP
Great
each.
Mountain.
Exactly.
Leveling up 1 experience point at a time.
Sermia's
No, we just need to
impartial.
stay in the forest killing boars.
Killing what?
Boars.
Okay. Boars. We're good.
I'm most
Killing
interested
boars
in the
is a word.
vampire.
So
Did we just solve Jack the Ripper?
And it was
wanna
the
try and go
cap
there
the whole
first?
Well, no,
time.
I'm most,
Yeah, obviously.
I'm most interested in
Obviously.
the vampire hunter, but I'm impartial if like people have a more logical approach to what to do first.
So, Farmire, Vampire Hunter, Dew Reaper?
I don't have enough skin in the game to really know what's going on. I trust
You lost a
whatever-
lot last night. That was pretty bad what
That
you
was
went
really
through.
bad.
Grillmore would really want to get to the bottom
Got,
of
like,
where the
90%
cloning
flayed.
is coming from, so I think the
give
research
him a
station.
graph last
I think
night.
Grillmore would go to the research
I
station.
trust whatever Talani says.
And which one is
Thank
that?
you.
Yeah, her opinions have been pretty spot on so far.
That's
Thank
far
you
Since,
so
since
much.
I've been
Really?
around.
That's the one.
Oh,
Especially my opinions on your
That,
ex.
that's the one that we seem to be going to.
Yeah, that's
I've
the
been
one
reading
that
the
pretty
So
much
situation
next
everybody has said.
week,
Okay.
Yeah.
we will pull in.
I don't want to go off and you laugh about it.
If you want, this could be out
Hold
of
on.
character.
Group hands. Who wants to do Mort next week, or who wants to do this next week?
I want to do more.
Let's do more.
Let's do
Let's
more.
do more.
I would love to do more next
So,
week. Why did I say that to
In
Talani?
2 to 3 weeks,
I would love
our
to do Mort
group
next
will pull into Farmire.
Okay.
We will end with this little scene tonight, as Mort is on the boat with Baron Sam D,
Oh,
sharing a
God.
drink, chit-chatting.
Oh, Mort's not chit-chatting.
Oh, he's just talking.
Mort, oh, he can be chit-chatting. Mort is still just
Yep.
bouncing his leg.
There's
Staring at
music
his
kind
hands.
of playing. There's like a ghost band, like a ghost mariachi band playing.
Bouncing your leg to the beat.
And eventually the boat stops, and Baron Samdi looks up from his cup of rum and he goes, "Oh, well, I believe it's the first of your friends who's here." And he tips up his head, and you see standing at the dock Samson, the ghost boy, waiting. And the boat stops, and he gestures, and Samson kind of steps on.
Oh. Is this a good thing for you?
I think it's the least I can do after how much you helped.
Are you passing on?
I don't know what's gonna happen. Nancy just told me it's gonna be hard to come back, at least how I used to be.
Right. Well, I guess it's nice to see a familiar face. I don't know where things are going or how things are going to end up, but it feels nice to have a friend.
Well, you know, when Nancy said what was gonna happen, I asked her to send me here first, and I kind of put the call out, and some folks answered, and you see kind of up ahead a dock with 4 figures kind of in the fog as you pull up, and the fog kind of clears, and you see the head nun at the first orphanage that you grew up in, who passed.
Okay.
You see Alden,
Oh.
and you see 2 other figures who you have not seen in quite some time.
Okay.
But you feel like you kind of see them every day when you look in the mirror a little bit.
Oh.
And you can see them all just sort of standing there, and Samson looks and says, "They all wanted to help you get there, and I don't know, ask what you gotta ask to that guy."
Right. Hey, I have a question. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You said when Adnan said was when she told you what was going to happen, what did she actually say was going to happen?
She said that the road to get to this Shabalba guy was going to be pretty rough.
Right. Okay.
But she said that if you get there, you'll get some answers. But I just you helped to take care of me, so I want to make sure you get to that thing that you cared about. And I can't really fight, but these folks seemed pretty set on making sure you get there too. and a lot tougher than me.
Okay. I'm looking forward to. Am I far enough away that Mort sees who they are, or?
You can kind of make out who they are. You're still approaching. They're like 40, 50 feet
Yeah,
away.
I don't think Mort's head is 100% of the game right now. I don't think it's clicked if he knows any of these people.
You're
yet.
seeing these images before. You don't know if it's them, but this is what you see.
Yeah.
As this is happening, you see Samson kind of glowing, and he's like, oh, this is new, and this like beam of light kind of, and you feel the boat kind of rock a little bit. Even Sam D, it's a big boat. He like kind of, he's like, what the hell? And he looks, and right in the middle, the smoke kind of around her, Terminator, not naked though style, but in more, in pure adventure garb, not even wearing like the Jabal the Night cloak, you see Martine standing.
Damn it, Mort! I done told you cannot do this type of thing. Go off on your own. That's no.
Oh no!
As the boat pulls up, you see this lady tearing Mort a new asshole.
Oh my god! What are you doing here?
Apparently helping you get out of this damn situation.
I was. Oh.
Yeah.
Mort just sits back down.
And the trumpet just kind of Looney Tune zooms in on his face. That's all, folks. So next week, as we're going to Farmire, I'll be writing both stories concurrently. I'm very excited now.
Good lord.
Mort.
I thought you were like goofing, and then I was like, it clicked. I was like, oh!
With his loved ones who have pressed beyond the veil to come help him. We'll do Mort's adventures in the underworld for the next few weeks, starting next week.
Good lord.
It's gonna get weird. This might dip more into like dark fantasy as opposed to like horror, because it's like we're in a fantasy underworld. This might feel a little more traditionally D&D, but like still very damage heavy.
The Into the Runaverse Christmas Special. Mort's Adventures in the Underworld.
Truly, the Winter Solstice Edition. Mort's Adventures in the Underworld. I suppose it's up to you guys if we want to invite Mort in on who's playing what.
Well, I
we
want to
can.
ask Jeremy.
But thank you
what
guys so
I
much,
would
and
play
thank you guys so much. And that's a great question too. So
Yeah, I would have to ask him